Doors, 4 showrooms in Denver, a Clopay authorized dealer, a LiftMaster ProVantage dealer, the only company to publish pricing on their website, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. Also, Facebook.com, OneClearChoiceCares. So it's either online, OneClearChoiceDoors.com, or on Facebook, OneClearChoiceCares. 720-370-3987 for doors, openers, and every part of that for service. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. So let's talk about this. By the way, Jeff, I wanted to talk to you about this. Are you still on, Jeff, about this transmission?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, Jeff. It wasn't really a transmission issue. She said they ultimately replaced it. And then she wanted coverage while it was in the shop. Do you know of any transmission warranties that provide for rental cars?
There are some out there if you're buying from some of the nationwide just standard rebuilders where, someplace like Jasper, you can buy additional cover so that in the event of a warranty claim, where at least partial rental coverage might be covered, but as a general rule, no. Whether you're ATRA, AMCO, ATSG, whatever your warranty program is, all the verbiage is very, very similar, and consequential damages like that are not covered.
Okay, now, Jeff, on another issue, a CVT transmission.
Yeah.
Are they just trouble?
They're getting better. As a general rule, yes, most of them are very problematic. Like we've talked before, probably the most durable one on the market is actually the Subaru. We see fewer of those out there. Now, that being said, when they go down, they're also much more expensive to work on. Nissan, they're pretty much putting all their eggs into that basket. Just about everything switching over to CVT inside the Nissan, at least the car line, not inside the trucks. And they have a high failure rate. Nissan doesn't even have a lot of stock or value inside their own CVTs. If you buy one from Nissan, it only comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. And I assure you, if it goes out at 12,001 miles, they're not covering it. You just get to buy another unit. So,
do the major what about GM and Ford, Chrysler? Do they use CVTs?
There are some CVTs inside their units, yes. Now, most of the Chrysler units are actually Nissan units. They rename them, they refigure the bell housings and whatnot in order to fit up to their engine blocks, but they're actually purchasing those from Nissan. Toyotas are a pretty decent one. We don't see that many of those coming through here. But, yeah, pretty much all of the manufacturers have a CVT line.
And what makes CVT different than a regular transmission?
As opposed to individual clutches that are holding or turning individual gears in order to give you a gear ratio, you have two pulleys opposed to one another. They can expand or constrict in order to change, just like you're on your bicycle, basically.
Yeah. So that belt goes up and down?
Yeah, that goes up and down, but instead of having to hop from gear to gear, the pulleys themselves expand and constrict, so you get high valleys and low valleys.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right, I got you. Okay. All right. Well, Jeff, thank you. Kimmer Transmission, 303-693-1400. Transmissionsdenver.com. And let's talk to Will. Will, what's going on with you?
Morning, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing good, Will. What can we do for you, man?
Good. So, Tom, here's my situation. Airbnb. I made a reservation last July for this July in Cooperstown, New York for a 2-week stay.
For the Baseball 29th. Hall of Fame?
You got it. Absolutely.
Okay.
I left a voicemail on your hotline number yesterday and got a call this morning telling me I should call into the show.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I made the reservation. April 29th, the Hall of Fame canceled the event. I immediately got in touch with the host who, by his own agreement, could have kept 50% of the fees for an early cancellation. However, without hesitation, he provided me a full refund as it relates to the fees that he was charging, so kudos for him. However, Airbnb has elected to hold on to their fees as it relates to the reservation being canceled. Saying
how much does that amount to?
$567.
What? Hold on. How much was the total bill?
The total bill ultimately would have been approximately $5,000 for that 2-week rental. The refund that returned to me was basically the 50% that the host had charged up front, which was fine. I actually reached out to the host personally.
But why is Airbnb? Why are they being such jerks during this COVID thing?
That's
Why?
a great question, Tom, and I wish I had an answer for that.
Have we ever talked to Airbnb about this? Now, I know individual owners, they seem to be coming through, but did you actually talk to anyone at Airbnb?
Yes, actually on April 29th I did. I spoke to a representative, Golda. She later called back, spoke to my wife, and told her that they would refund $500 of said fees. However, we got a runaround, and then yesterday, the 19th, give or take, I then got a message saying that they were denying any kind of a refund for their fees.
That just does not make sense. And why do they think, I mean, these are special times. Why do they think they should do that?
I wish I had a good answer for you on that, Tom. I don't. Just to kind of give you an idea, I've tweeted them. I've gone ahead and filed a Better Business Bureau complaint. I found a phone number on the Better Business website.
Now, what is that called? Is it called a deposit, a security deposit, or was it called, what was it called, a down payment? What was it?
A security deposit, because the security deposit was going to be charged later for $200.
So what is it called? What are they keeping?
They're keeping their own fees. They have it listed on their own invoices as fees.
And those fees, but those fees amount to that much money?
$567.60, yes.
10%.
Well, when you say five, you mean five. You don't mean 500, right?
$567.60. Yes, sir.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, it says here that you have to cancel within 48 hours of booking, or you haven't already canceled 3 reservations in 12 months. The reservation you're canceling doesn't overlap with another reservation. A total nightly rate is fully refundable according to the host cancellation policy. I don't understand this. I mean, they seem to be unreasonable. We've gotten calls about Airbnb, but they were about the owners, not about the fees. This is an incredible fee. You shouldn't have to owe them that.
Then quit.
Got a break soon?
All right, hold on. I don't even know what to do. Is there a number? You said you talked to him. See if you can give Daphne any kind of a number or anyone you talk to. We have more coming up.
All right, we're clear.
This is bull crap.
Tell your smart device to play 6.
You have your Joe Lazera and Art Grant at the same time, about a minute. You good?
Dan Capless in the afternoon.
All right.
6:30 k.m. from iHeartRadio.
Diverse talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices.
Yeah, there's one long, one short. The Joe Lazera's long, Art Grant is short.
Blaze Fine Furniture.
Yeah, that is bull crap. They're keeping those fees.
Crashes to watch out for. Look out for wreck being cleared eastbound Islet and Buckley. Police remain on the scene. And watch out for crash being cleared on the northbound side of Santa Fe.
Yes.
Still seeing some delays. Up in the high country,
No, not much. Everything's working great now. So something must have dropped off to do that, huh?
30 seconds to Joe Lazera.
No. I did the update after the cameras would not come up.
75 today. Right now, few clouds and 61 with your impact traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30 K-How.
Woodley's Furniture and Design Furnitures.
All right, here we go. 10 seconds. Joe Lazera long, Art Grant short.
It's your imaginable. Proud to sell American-made products, Colorado-made even better. You will not find better built furniture in Colorado than at Woodley's.
Now, as things get back to normal, the one thing that gets back to normal is enforcement of DUI and other things. And of course, if you need a defense attorney, and make no mistake, a DUI is a criminal offense. If you need an attorney, Joseph A. Lazera, LazeraLegal.com, 2 Z's and 1 R. 303-429-6200. Now, Joe has flat rate pricing, which means you'll know the price of every defense up front. And he won't nickel and dime you every time he talks to you. The important thing about Joe is that he knows the system, and even if you're guilty and you want to plead guilty and you want to get through the system, you have to do it with someone who knows the system. There are deadlines. There are 2 cases, a criminal case and a civil case with a DUI. Or any other crime. Don't try to do it alone. LazaraLegal.com, 303-429-6200. That's Joseph A. Lazara on my referral list at referralist.com, 2 Z's and 1 R, LazaraLegal.com. You know, during this COVID crisis, Art of Granite has still been going strong, and they do things in a very, very meticulous and safe way. In fact, you can pick your material and have counters within 2 weeks without any contact. Now, here's the deal. All materials are wholesale. Tear out and haul away's free. The bathroom's free when you have the kitchen done. He'll even give you a price on the phone, 303-386-5919. 386-5919. TheArtofGranite.com.
Matt
All right, you're clear.
where you need to go to get the hardwood flooring you want. They have
There's no way to crop out that
and here's the kicker.
that kitchen, is there? That sink, is there?
I can go higher up to here.
And we have too much space on top.
Yeah.
Can we make the? Can we bring the camera down? Which camera is it? The tall one or the short one?
Let's see here.
Do you know?
Let me.
Okay, go ahead. Put your finger over it.
I'll put it on the white one here.
Put your hand over one. Okay, that's the wide shot right there.
Okay.
So we can't bring that up. Ah, shit.
Here, I can maybe stretch it out. I'll see what that.
Call 303-292-9992 for an appointment.
Didn't we ever have one over there? Didn't we have it over there for a while?
Yeah, but then
it gets in the way.
The cords.
I hate feeling like my personal data is being bought and sold. I got DuckDuckGo and saw a difference right away. Take back your privacy online with DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Airbnb sucks, man.
That's a terrible policy for them to do.
This is what they're saying. Extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, what's it say? They're going to keep it anyway?
Here's what they say. In response, we are providing the following policy.
Don't let paints, neglect, and poor quality service shorten your deck's life, increase lifetime cost, and reduce your deck's appeal. If your deck needs upgrading or enhancing and some TLC, Deck Tech can offer a free evaluation and show you how Deck Tech can finish your deck to optimum condition and provide a fabulous space for relaxing and entertaining. And Deck Tech is hiring builders and finishers. Contact Deck Tech today at 303-277-1550. That's 303-277-1550, or go to decktech.com. That's DECKTEC.com.
No one will clean, check, and adjust your air conditioner for a better price. At this level of service, for just $39 to clean and refurbish your AC. Fix it 24/7. They'll get into your system and practically disassemble it to get to the dirt, debris, and corrosion, which is the #1 killer on all ACs. Online at fixmyhome.com. That's fixmyhome.com.
Okay, I took the sink out. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's the best we can do right now. It's a kind of an ugly shot, but that microphone looks. Well, we should only be on that when we need to be.
I do that on breaks.
Okay.
Where I put it.
Or when somebody's talking on the mic.
Right. You know, we took the mic over and put it right on the table, the dock there, or we don't. The cord's not long enough, is it?
You can easily carry it with you anywhere. The market, the doctor, or to work. If you feel threatened, give it a squeeze. The claws will appear like a real-life Wolverine. We designed Tiger Lady's claws with hollow channels to collect.
Hey, Mark, you're there, right? You're quiet.
To identify the person.
Yeah. Okay.
We hope you never have to use Tiger Lady, but we do know it will give you or someone you love an extra sense of security. It's something you know that nobody else knows. We know that times are tough, so for
This Ken asks, and I agree, who plans a $5,000 stay around baseball?
What?
Who plans a $5,000 stay around baseball?
Well, there are people who just, get a thing.
But it's not even a game, right?
But, well, no, they do have a Hall of Fame game.
Oh,
and you
okay.
get to see the Hall of Fame, and
Gotcha.
you spend 2 weeks up in upstate New York. You know, there's hiking and fishing.
Is that up by the Finger Lakes and stuff?
Yeah, so it's in that area.
Imperial always uses fresh produce, no MSG, and they cook each dish to satisfy your...
I always tell people my favorite place in the whole world is Lake of the Ozarks.
Is that in New York?
It's in the
Arkansas.
I've never been there. When I was 17, my parents took my brothers and sisters on vacation there.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Well, Airbnb is pissing people off all over the country. I just hope people remember Airbnb, remember them, and never use them again. Owners are giving full refunds. Airbnb will not. Even though they say they have an extended policy, extenuating circumstance policy, very few people are getting refunds. Now, they say that in some cases, I was trying to read this during the break, that Airbnb will either refund or issue a travel credit, which includes all services fees. But apparently, did they offer that to you? That's what I need to know. Did they offer that to you, Will?
No, they didn't offer that to me. The woman offered me $500. They never gave me the option of going ahead and taking a credit because, I would have taken any money back as good money back. And so I said, yeah, I would take the $500. And then they gave us the runaround. And then May 19th, they sent us a straight up denial.
They suck. That's all I can tell you.
Oh, that's an understatement. And trust me, they do. I've tweeted. I hope
you remember this. I hope you never use Airbnb again. I hope to God you remember this. That is the biggest crock of crap. I think people taking advantage of people during this time, I think they deserve to be punished by the dollar. You vote with your dollar. Don't vote for them again. I mean, it would be different. It would be different if you could travel. You can't even travel. They won't even let you. Some of these places can't do Airbnb. Like in Denver, you were not allowed to do it. So how dare they keep your money? Now, I think we should call them. We should try to get someone from Airbnb, and I predict they won't come on. I predict it because they're going to be a bunch of wusses about it, and I hope people remember. So stick around for more of the Troubleshooter Show.
Debbie from Wheat Ridge wasn't the...
Clear. Nothing, you're good.
It caused her father to lose all of his teeth and her mother to lose most of hers.
Is that 567?
Yeah. When you go on the air, just take a comment, ask on the air if anybody has dealt with VRBO and if they're giving refunds.
VRBO, that's a good one.
That's the second biggest.
That was and they were the first ones, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. I've used VRBO.
Vacation rentals by owners was around longer.
Yeah, so just would be interesting if someone called up and let us know if they had any dealings with them.
And so it says for some listings, the service fee is refundable up to 14 to 28 days.
Yeah, but it's not. They're not. Oh, wait. Yeah, wait.
And he has that. But it says some listings, so it's very vague.
It is very vague. They don't give an example.
Is it 14 to 28 days when you make a reservation?
Yeah.
No, 14 to 28
48 hours.
Check-in.
If you cancel within 48 hours of making it,
you get it. Now you got to satisfy all of these things.
I don't know. That's what's weird. So what do they say?
Well, you got to do the 48 hours. You haven't already canceled 3 reservations in the last 12 months. The reservation you're canceling doesn't overlap with another. The total nightly rate is fully refundable according to your host's cancellation party. So is that one of the 4?
What does that mean, overlap? What does that mean?
I don't really know what that overlap with another reservation in your account. Oh, okay. If you had 2 reservations and they actually overlap. I don't know. So
they're saying you shouldn't have made 2 reservations.
No. What they're saying is if you did this and then canceled it, so you weren't sure, so you overlapped them. And say, well, okay, and then I'm going to cancel this other one. Right.
In other words, if you made 2 reservations and then figured I'll just make 2 and cancel 1.
Right. Exactly.
They don't want you playing that game.
Exactly. And that's not a bad game.
That's reasonable.
Right. That is reasonable. And it says the service fee is always refundable. I imagine you've got to do all 4 of those criteria, right? Hey, you know what I heard on that Myrna doc?
What?
They said it was 45 out of 45 to one article.
What was that?
You know, for the mRNA Myrna.
Yeah, the messenger RNA.
Right.
Yeah.
Ross was saying they had a guy on there that said, or he was saying that only like 25 out of the 45 got it. Got the antibodies. Was that incorrect in that article? Because I seen that one also that you had said that all 45 of them did it.
I didn't see the second article.
Okay. Ross just said that this morning. I didn't check it out.
There are reports the company will allow workers to return July 6th. Offices will be limited to 25% capacity. Staff will also reportedly undergo regular temperature checks.
But there's more and more evidence that once you have it, you are immune to it.
Right, you had said that, and that came down from who, right?
Right, and from CDC now.
Oh, okay. Now, how are they doing that? How do they know that? How are they testing?
Well, because they're checking for antibodies.
But do you know then? Don't they have to actually inject them with, or give them try to give them the virus?
No, they can just check the antibodies.
Yeah, but, okay.
So if you have the antibodies, you're immune. And what they're saying is that the reinfection, people are not getting reinfected. What they're picking up are fragments of the RNA, which are only fragments, and they're not capable of replication.
Make them sicker. So they don't have to check them to see if the antibodies are actually doing it. They don't try to give them COVID again.
No, they're not. Okay. I don't think they're doing that.
Okay.
Clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like
that to me would be the actual thing.
Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
No one is checking health anymore. Is there a reason?
K-How News Time, 11:03.
A special announcement is set for today on a new large-scale testing site for COVID-19 in Denver. Mayor Hancock and Governor Polis have a joint precedent scheduled for this afternoon. City leaders and regional partners will also take part. Testing and drive-up site outside Pepsi Center will be free. Ahead of the Memorial Day weekend, Governor Polis frustrated by stories showing Coloradans without masks who are ignoring the social distancing, which is a critical part of the current safe-at-home protocol.
I understand that, you and the media and viewers as well, they like to do the man bites dog, right? You like to say, here's a bunch of people partying in Boulder Creek or at Chatfield Reservoir.
Those stories led to the closure of Boulder Creek as well as the swim area at Cherry Creek State Park. The Arapahoe County Fair being scrapped for this year over concerns about coronavirus. The announcement came from the County Board of Commissioners yesterday. The event had been scheduled for late July. Last year's event.
I know.
So you can't imagine the economic impact this is having. How many things are being canceled? Everything is being canceled.
That's just U.S. So if you look around the world and stuff, now what should happen is a lot of people should be saving a lot of money. And apparently they are paying down their credit cards. We have the credit card debt is dropping. So hopefully that happens. People aren't just, spending it on stupid stuff from Amazon.
Your plasma could help. Call Children's Hospital at 720-777-3557. The weather forecast. Chance of afternoon storms, a high of 75 today. Right now, 3 clouds and 61. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
You can save time by shopping for lawn and garden supplies, lawnmowers, trimmers, and equipment at Murdochs.com. And pick up your order at your favorite Murdoch store. Check it out at Murdochs.com.
Do you suffer from joint pain? Downtown Healthcare is here to serve you. We are a corona-free zone and we're taking all precautions to keep it that way. We're staying open to unburden the emergency rooms and urgent care facilities, so call 303-292-9992 for an appointment.
Hi, Brian here with Advanced Mud Jacket. I've been lifting sinking...
That downtown healthcare that Mandy keeps, they stopped advertising stem cells.
I know. A while back, I believe, but they called...
Yeah, 2 or 3 months ago.
Oh, okay. But did they said something, didn't they...
They were saying stem cell, but they were doing the...
PRP.
Yeah, they started to call it regenerative medicine.
That's right. That's what it was.
We are back on in about 30 seconds, gentlemen.
Mute.
Okay.
Barry has the expertise to get you there.
you at Baird. Imagine where we can go together.
Visit BairdColorado.com.
This is Dave Logan, the law offices of Dave Campbell's, a serious law firm for serious cases.
It's Ross Kaminsky.
All right, here we go, guys. 10 seconds, we're back.
Moving in, but never fear, the legendary Mike Rosen is in for me. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I'll talk with you Tuesday here on 630 KHOW. This is the Troubleshooter.
I'm Martino. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. Put Tom in the promo code, get 25% off. I actually take these products and love them. CBD for immune boosting and pain relief and anti-anxiety, anti-inflammatory. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Tom in the promo code, 25% off. Hey, I've been reading some stats. Okay, now this is what's weird. According to the New York Times and other calls, here's what they're asking. The headlines are saying, where have all the heart attacks and strokes gone? And then why the coronavirus appears tied to fewer heart attacks. The hospital, and this is another thing. You probably think hospitals are overwhelmed, don't you? Hospitals have never been this slow, except for COVID, which is not overwhelming the hospital. The other cases are not being seen. People are not going to the emergency room for strokes and heart attacks or suspected strokes and heart attacks like they used to. In fact, hospitals in California are laying people off and are seeing record low numbers of patients. And all over, except for New York, hospitals are not overwhelmed. And even in New York, they're not overwhelmed, except they have corona cases. What's weird is we're not hearing this. And so why all of a sudden do you have, they were seeing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of patients a week for heart attacks. For example, Yale New Haven Hospital, almost 300 people, they would see hundreds of people, but now since COVID, they're not seeing anyone. So what does that mean? Did the heart attacks go away? This is a mystery. What they surmise is that a lot of people are dying from heart attacks and strokes because they're not getting the care because they're afraid to go to the hospital. It's amazing, though, that these hospitals have next to nothing in the emergency rooms anymore except COVID. Where did they all go? You ought to read on it. It's crazy. One headline, though, which is crazy, says cardiac arrests up 800%, and 600-plus doctors warn lockdowns are doing much more damage than COVID. And then another headline in another says that heart attacks are down because people are home and have less stress factors. So I swear to you, the more you look, the more confused you get. Anyway, Will, we have been looking and looking through this Airbnb thing. And basically, depending on what you read, they can do what they want. Isn't that right, Dan?
Tom?
I mean, they pretty much, yes. Daff?
I sent an email to the public relations, and believe it or not, I got an answer back right away. I am in email communication with them right now. I got Will on, asked the exact question, and so let's see what they say.
Okay, so we'll hold for that. Meanwhile, John's got something on his mind, and anything on your mind, give us a call, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, what's going on? What's going on?
Yes. I'm calling for the first time, and thanks for taking my call.
Well, thank you, John, for trusting us. Let's see if we can help you.
Just a couple items here. I want to say about, you hear about, Waterworks shutting down, they're closing, and the other amusement park in town, we're not sure about them yet.
Well, what are you asking about? What are you asking about specifically?
Well, just what I want to say is that I just want to make a comment that I know at the other amusement park, there's a lot of international people that work there.
Yes.
And like in the food service,
right,
in the water park.
Uh-huh.
So there's a lot of people that.
What does international mean? What does that mean?
Well, they do an exchange program. A lot of theme parks do that. They can't get enough people to work, so they bring people in from other countries and sponsor them.
Okay.
So anyway, what about it?
I have a feeling that they may be kind of hard probably to get them open for the fact that I don't think that a lot of the international people probably aren't here to work.
You're right.
At the park.
You're right.
And so I don't personally see the amusement park opening.
Are you talking about Elitch Gardens, by the way?
Yes, I am.
Elitch is...
they're going away, though. Aren't they gone? Aren't they gone next year?
I think they're moving again, or are they closing?
It's up in the air. Yeah, they think they're going to be at the same area for another few years. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think they were purchased or about to be purchased, but that's valuable land down there. Holy crap! And they moved once already, of course, and then. Yeah. Will they move again and survive another move? I mean, I don't know, but that's...
There's possibility that they could move. I'm hearing out east somewhere.
Now, are you asking if they're going to open this year? Is that what you're asking?
No, I'm just saying, yeah, that's questionable with the shortage of help that they...
You must really like... I mean, do you really like amusement parks? I mean, you're just kind of bummed out they're not going to be there?
No, it's just that I've known people that have worked there.
Oh.
And that's just for the fact that I know people that have, been there working and stuff that in other years, shall I say, in the past.
They've been around 129 years? That's crazy. I just looked at it.
I knew a guy from one of my good years way back when, just a customer up in Montbello. You know what he did? He cleaned the restrooms at Elitch's. Holy crap, that's got to be the worst job in the world.
Wow. Gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so listen, here's the deal. I have not heard about what's going to go on at Elitch's, but I'll bet you we could call them and they will tell us exactly what's going on. They are in Denver, which puts them at the mercy of Mayor Hancock. And, of course, Mayor Hancock will shut the city down if people get sniffles. So I don't know.
But how would you socially distance on most of their rides?
Well, the rides, actually, if you're with someone, you don't social distance from them anyway. So, but then wouldn't you be, except for the roller coaster? I don't know. I don't know how anybody's going to do it.
The swings would be the only one I can think of. I mean, what rides don't you sit directly next to somebody?
Well, yeah, but you would presumably be with your own party, right? So if you go with your husband or wife or boyfriend, girlfriend, kids, you would sit in one car, and then maybe they skip a car at the roller coaster, and the next car they fill. Perhaps that happens.
Double the length of the lines, yeah.
But what are we? When are we going to? What are we going to see with restaurants? I mean, I talked to a restaurateur the other day, and it's weird. I mean, they don't know what they're going to do, and they say that even with the outdoor and with the sparse seating, they will never make up the losses. I mean, not only they're just never going to have the profits they used to have, and that's going to go with everybody. But how long will that last? Is that from now on? Are we never going to see people crammed anymore, or am I exaggerating in my mind?
No, at some point, there's going to be
a vaccine.
Normalcy again.
A vaccine.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, that one they showed the other day was incredible. 45 people, and 45 people created antibodies. That's insanely good.
Yeah, but then there was bad news about that, and the stock crashed.
What was the bad news?
Something about they didn't measure properly the antibodies, and they won't release data, and it's questionable. Look it up. I mean, that the stock crashed right after it peaked. And that's another thing.
Wow.
Here's another thing.
I didn't see that.
When they announced it, they made a big stock sale. They started selling stock. And then the questionable news came out. They already had cashed out a lot of the people. They had already kept They kept their insiders.
Maybe there's jail time in their future.
Something about some of the people had their stock, insider stock, and the limit. For a certain amount of time, you have to keep your insider stock, right? So you don't dump. And something happened, but there was some finagling and question marks. Now, I'm not saying anything went on, but I've been reading both sides, and some people say it was a stock play. That's disgusting. Now, let's see if we can call Elitch's and get an idea of what they know, if anything. Dan, what about you, Dan? Go ahead.
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I'm a first-time caller.
Well, thank you for calling, and I love first-time calls. I hope we get more. 303-713-TALK. So what's going on? What do you think?
I have an opinion question because I've been listening to the radio a lot because I've been inside.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm noticing not just your station, across the AM dial, there's a lot of investment companies advertising on the radio.
Of course.
And most every one of them, not all, but I think most every one of them, they're saying, "Oh, invest with us. There's no downside, only upside."
I've never heard that. Have you heard only upside?
I get the impression. But anyway, here's my question. I think a lot of them are actually investing in, it's basically life insurance and annuity sales. Am I correct about that?
Well, okay. Become the Banker is all life insurance, and that one is where they want to sell you a policy, but the object is not that you get a lot of insurance for a lot of premium. They want you to get a little amount of insurance and have a big premium so it grows in cash value. Now, that one for sure says that there is no downside because I advertise it. They advertise a guaranteed 4%, and then the 1% dividend is not guaranteed, but it's been being paid for for 100 years. So you pretty much can depend on the 4% because during this pandemic, every policy's been paying 4%. Now, the annuity part, there are a lot of annuity sales out there as well, and there are annuities that will capture upside with a limit, but there's no downside. And yeah, there's all kinds of stuff like that, I guess, the more I think about it.
The only thing I really know about annuities is this. You've got to research them real carefully.
You sure do. You sure do.
One final.
Got a break soon.
Life insurance companies and annuities. Where do they invest in? Do they invest in their life insurance?
You know what? That's a good. Hold on. We'll find out. No, that's a good question. All right. So hang on, and we'll talk about that because a lot of people say, "Wait a minute, why aren't they losing money?" We'll talk about that. Hang on. 303-713-TALK 713-8255. Hey, Dad, get Joe. 30713-8255. We're trying to get someone from Elages to talk about when and if they're opening and how they're going to open. We're also talking about investments. And where do the ones that the annuities and life insurance policies that say that people haven't lost a dime during the pandemic, where do they invest their money? And we'll get an answer on that. We're trying to get a hold of Joe Ciano right now, who does Become the Banker. We'll just ask. That's a good question. Meanwhile, hospitals are some hospitals are laying people off because they're not busy. Now, you would think hospitals, I know that you're being told hospitals are overrun and are more busy than they ever have been, and that's just not true. And I just find it fascinating to me that I can look at different news sites and find exactly opposite news. It astounds me how that happens. And again, that's just something that, I don't know, something that you'll have to figure out. But what I want to know is, do you believe the number of cases? What were you going to say, Doc?
Oh, I just want to say something about the annuities. It's like life insurance. They don't have to reinvest it because they have actuaries. They make money on life premiums. Insurance and annuities just by statistics. They've got 100 years of data on how long people are going to live, how much money they're going to charge.
Yeah, but
and it's annuities are the same thing.
But no, wait a minute. They can't just use premiums. Obviously, those premiums are invested. I mean, right?
I think they're reinvested with someone like Lloyd's of London, where you have a huge pool. But basically, it's all based on actuarial tables.
Okay, so you're saying but eventually people die. But you're saying they collect enough dividends from the masses.
Well, of course, that's how insurance.
It more than pays for the people who die.
Absolutely, that's why these actuaries are hired.
In any case, 303-713-TALK, I want to ask you, do you believe the total cases in China were true, that they told us were true?
No way.
It's amazing to me that the U.S. has had so many more cases than China. It just amazes me. But we're told that in China, they've had 82,000 cases total. Or 83,000. Do you believe that? I find that so unbelievable. So, in America, how many have we had compared to that?
Tom, it's a communist country. They can report whatever the hell they want to, and if someone wants to speak up about it, they disappear like the doctors.
But they're only saying, listen to this, and they're only saying that they had 4,600 deaths in all of China. And don't they, what's their population compared to us?
They have almost 1 billion people in China. No, they got over 1 billion.
Over 1 billion people.
They got right? Like 3 billion. They got 3 billion people, guys.
And so we have outpaced China. Now, here's what's funny.
Tom, they lie. They're liars. That's what they do.
Mark, but that's a political answer. Because
no, it's not. They lie. I think both sides agree.
No, they
Chinese
don't.
Lie to us.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Okay.
No, they don't. That you will find. I'm sorry, but it's just a fact. You will find most progressives and liberals believe that China is telling the truth, and most conservatives believe China is lying.
Show me one article.
Look it up. When they did a survey. Okay, let's look it up. But in any case, people, 303-713-TALK. If you have a problem, question, or complaint, give us a call. Because what we'd like to do is try to solve problems, okay? Dave's got some answers on annuities, he says, so we'll take him. And then anything you want to chime in on. But really, I would like to know if you believe that China, those are accurate statistics. If you look up from the World Health Organization, you will find that China had only 80-some-odd thousand cases and only less than 5,000 deaths in the entire country. And that's where the virus started. So figure it out. Dave, what do you have to say about annuities and investments? Go ahead.
Hey, Tom, how are you today?
Good, thank you very much. What's happening?
Good. I was just turned you on, and I heard the gentleman talking about annuities.
Sure.
And the fixed indexed annuities, how they don't lose a penny in a market downturn like we just experienced.
Or people who have cash value in life insurance, it grows.
Exactly. Yep.
Why? Why?
Why? These instruments work with options. Okay, so the insurance company might say, "Here's a fixed rate we're going to pay you, like 3%."
Yeah, or 4%.
And you can choose not to take that 3% and have that 3% deployed into options on your behalf. And so 3%, the insurance company goes to the option window on Wall Street, and depending on how the market is at any given time, the caps are based on what that 3% can buy in an option. And
give me an example. I mean,
well, for instance, I have a company right now that the 3% option in different index strategies will buy 6.5% cap, for instance, on a year contract. Okay, a year anniversary.
All right, but do all people have that choice? I don't think they do. Do they? Don't annuities are written sometimes just with a guarantee.
You're right. There's all kinds of different annuities out there, and each company has a lot of different products and designs of these annuities. Now, most annuities are income-based. So their goal is to provide an income in the future.
That's right.
But now there's new instruments out there, and I have one in particular that is growth-oriented. It only concentrates on growth. There is no income component to it. The caps are higher.
And when do you get to take your money? Don't you have to leave it in?
Yes. You got to think of it as a long-term savings contract, much like a CD. A CD has
and this annuity, this annuity you're talking about that does not have a life component to, an income component to it. You just put a certain amount of money in there to grow and then take it out after a certain amount of time.
Yes, there's different term contracts, 7, 10, and 14 years.
Okay.
So a lot of times that we're dealing with money like this, it's in qualified money, 401k money, IRA money, that people aren't going to be taking out all at once anyways. And there is liquidity involved. So you can access a certain portion without any surrender charges. But some of these indexes that they're doing now, I have one that, as of the end of last month,
yes,
for the year anniversary, so go back a year,
okay,
and through the downturn, it's given back 7.94%.
Okay, but there's
no your anniversary was at the end of last month.
But there's no income component to that, right?
Right, and there's
got a break soon.
So it's just concentrating on cash. Now, if the market had crashed severely,
right,
and that index may give back zero. The worst you can ever get is zero.
I get you.
But most people nowadays want a return of their money and not necessarily a return on.
No, I understand. Well, they want at least safety of capital. I see what you're saying. We have to take this break. We'll come back and talk about how life insurance makes money. If they don't lose money, how do you make money on that? How do you get a guaranteed 4% growth on your cash value? If they don't invest in the stock market, where's the money coming from? More coming up.
Clear.
consolidate debt you don't.
My volume went down. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why the volume went down on that.
On what?
It's that there.
It truly is a custom loan. You choose the term based on your budget, and they'll find the most competitive rate and the most affordable payment. It takes just a 10-minute call to start, and their mortgage consultants will walk you through the process, helping you find the right solution for your needs. And you may be able to postpone 1 or even 2 mortgage payments, and there are no upfront fees to pay and no obligation of any kind. So get started now by calling 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Hi, it's Lynn and Michelle, the sisters from Brothers.
I can't believe China is reporting confirmed cases 82,967.
Yeah. A well-maintained air conditioner.
Oh, you know, I did read on one of those things, Tom, was that a lot of their other deaths went way up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they said the reason, right, and they said the reason being is those deaths went up because they were taking care of the COVID people and not.
Imagine
right.
a financial services partner.
Whoever says that that's the truth is, I mean, it's crazy.
Steve Binder, managing director.
And like the U.S., and you know that, Tom, just like all the stuff we've seen on that, you could die of totally something else, but if you have it in there.
And the U.S. wants to exaggerate it.
Right. Isn't that crazy? Russia's also not. They don't think it's counting it correctly. There's.
These days, back on in about 25 seconds.
And then what's really crazy on all that is on this WHO convention that they had at WHO, people said, oh no, they're fine and stuff, you know, we'll do an investigation. The rest of the world is scared of China. They really are. Australia not as much as like the EU. The EU I think is going to have issues, big issues.
That's iHeart.com/smallbusiness.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I want to take this comment from John about part-time jobs, and we'll go on and talk more about investments. John, go ahead.
Yes. I'm on the air.
Yes, sir. What's happening?
Yes. The other thing I was going to tell you is I do work for the concessionaire at Coors Field.
Yes.
And at the football stadium.
Yes.
I am a beer vendor.
Uh-huh.
So my question is going to be, we already know about baseball, but the other one is going to be football. Are they going to put 35,000 people in the stadium, or are they going to even have...
I don't know. I mean, these are great questions. I don't think they know yet. Right. I don't think there have been... Hey, babe. I don't think there are any answers. So we'll figure it out.
I've been a beer vendor for many moons.
No, and, I'll tell you, it's going to affect sports venues big time. I mean, big time. But do you think?
There's a lot of
do you think you should allow people to take the risk if they want to, or do we get into that? Do we get into that mode of, well, you can't take the risk because then you put a load on all of us, and I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. When you have a free country or freedoms, you have a certain mindset, but that mindset is being changed right now. People are now of the mindset that freedom means freedom to do what you want as long as it has no effect on anyone else, which means that you have to do what the collective says. That is what's happening in this country. It started with 9/11 with the Patriot Act, and now with COVID even more so. And I'm not casting judgment whether it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's the way it is. We're becoming more of a collective. More and more and more of a collective. Not just the country, but the earth, with the World Health Organization and all of that globalization. And that's just the trend right now. And a lot of the younger people like that. They don't like borders. They don't like hoarders. They don't like orders. Or they love orders. And the order being order of the collective. And you'll notice when decisions are made, they always talk about for safety and security. For safety and security, or peace and security. Which, by the way, that was predicted many, many years ago that that would happen. Joe Chiano, he markets annuities. He also does become the banker and other investments. But Joe, first of all, annuities. You sell annuities. Where are they invested? Most annuities. Are they invested in the stock market?
It's what they call variable annuities.
Yeah.
Those are the annuities that have a lot of risk and a lot of fees because their investment inside the annuity, they're mutual funds. So when the market goes up, the annuity value goes up. When the market goes down, they can lose it all. So very risky annuity, which is the variable annuity, and it definitely has a high fee component.
But it also has a high component on return if the market does well.
Oh, absolutely. See that when the market goes up, they'll make money. But when the market goes down, they can lose money.
Talk about other kinds of annuities.
Yeah, the other types of annuities are the ones that we promote. They're safe annuities.
How?
They're fixed equity indexed annuities. So that means that the money is never invested in the stock market. It is invested by a life insurance company, and they use a certain index like the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, the gold, the real estate, as a measurement tool. In fact, it's almost like a thermometer. So when the S&P 500 grows to a certain number, the client is not going to get the entire growth of the market. However, though,
his mic is very teeny, Tom.
Percentage of that growth, what they call a cap or a ceiling. But when the market goes down, that client will never go down with the market. Their money stays level. So this annuity has only the potential for growth with the protection of being protected against market decline.
So, Joe, does it ratchet up? So once it goes up, it stays at that level?
It does. That's the beauty of that. So whatever, when the market goes up, it will ratchet up. And then when the market goes down, you don't go down, you stay where you were with a ratchet.
But that sounds almost impossible. Is that invested in the stock market? It's got to be invested in the stock market to do that.
No, actually, life insurance companies, by law, they cannot invest in the stock market, Tom. Okay, so basically what the company is doing, they're just basically using the stock market or the S&P 500 as a measurement as to how much interest they're going to give the client. But the money of the client will never be in the market.
Well, where is it then? Where is it? It's got to grow because they can't possibly make enough on premiums. That's a Ponzi scheme. You can't just keep bringing in new people to give old people returns. So
No. It's invested in the general account of the life insurance company. And the life insurance companies invest very conservatively. They invest in, for example, no stocks. They invest in bonds. The majority of their investment, if you look at a pie chart, almost 70% of their assets, their $1 billion of assets, are invested in high-grade, investment-grade bonds.
With a guarantee return.
Right, because they've been buying bonds for centuries. So some bonds will come to maturity, they buy some more, and other bonds come to maturity, they buy some more. So 70% of their assets are invested in high-grade bonds. The balance is actually invested in commercial real estate. I'm talking about malls and commercial buildings. The balance is actually just cash. So very conservative investments. However, though, for the company to give you what they call the ceiling or the cap, let's say that is 4% or 6%, whatever the company chooses to have as a cap, they have to be making more on their investments to give you that.
Right. Then why does the stock market, if they're not invested in it, become the barometer?
Well, because, see, I think people understand, like the S&P 500, okay? It gives them an opportunity to basically somewhat participate in the growth, okay? But their money's not in the stock market. So they're using that as a thermometer, only as a thermometer. So when the S&P 500 grows, they're going to get a percentage. When it goes down and it crumbles to the floor, they stay level. Like you said earlier, it ratchets.
All right, hold on a sec, Joe. That's for, what do they call those kinds of annuities?
That they call fixed equity indexed annuity.
All right, hold on. We have some more questions. If you have any questions, give us a call. We have to take a break. We're talking any and all things, problems, questions, complaints. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255.
Clear.
Got your full of law coming up about a minute.
Have you been shut from your job to look at health as troubleshooter, Dan?
What's that?
Have you been shut from your
What
job?
is that?
No,
What does she mean? Have we been checking help?
The help email.
Oh, the email.
And I didn't yesterday, but
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. Do you log on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't yesterday.
This report is sponsored by Woodley's Fine Furniture.
Got a crash in the Boulder Drive, a rollover wreck on
But the phones every day. And on the weekends.
Circle. 2 vehicles involved with 1 rolled, 1 on fire. Just best to avoid that area.
You checking help now?
I'm just answering a couple in help right now.
Construction on westbound C470 road work past Morrison Road still has the left lane blocked off on that stretch. So just be aware of the delays.
30 seconds, pull it off short.
Percent chance of afternoon thunderstorms today, a high near 75. Tonight,
Like,
thunderstorms early, then
you don't remember the lines yesterday. They were just like crazy.
With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
Woodley's Furniture and Design Furnitures.
All right, 10 seconds, pull it off. Here we go.
Triple leather furniture imagined. Proud to sell American-made products.
No, how the lines were so full yesterday, and then today they're real dead.
Colorado, then Woodley's.
John Fuller is a personal injury attorney that will give you legal advice when you need it the most. Right after an injury, a traffic accident, a big rig hits you, a motorcycle, you're involved with a cyclist, you're a pedestrian, whatever it is, if it involves moving vehicles, John Fuller will give you advice. Personalinjuryco.com. He'll analyze your case. If you guys decide to hook up and he represents you, he will charge a percentage fee basis based on what he collects for you. So no out-of-pocket money, but free advice. 303-597-4500. 597-4500.
Hey,
Dan.
Yes.
Do supermotos, do they weigh, they have to weigh a certain amount, or do you know anything about them?
No, but racing, no, I don't. No.
About what?
Supermoto or racing.
I think supermoto motorcycles have to be like 250 cc's or under a certain weight or over a certain weight.
You're talking.
Class, I'm not sure.
So motocross, yes, they race them by CCs. Is that what you're saying? Like they have 125s, they got 250s, the 400s.
Yeah, but supermoto is the actual class. I can't.
Oh.
I'm just going to look a little deeper.
That's good. I don't know much on motorcycle racing.
Up to $200,000. iHeartRadio's commencement podcast is out now. Listen on the iHeartRadio app or
And they look like they have street tires.
T-Mobile's Toss Your Cap Challenge on TikTok.
Is it Supermoto stand for Supermoto Cross?
I don't know. The weird part is, like I said, they have street tires.
Huh.
What is a supermoto bike? A dirt bike with modified suspension, street wheels, and tires.
What is it? Does it run on?
Typically, it's a standard dirt bike or enduro, but converted to have 17-inch front wheels to allow use of sport bike tires.
So does it run on dirt or does it run on pavement?
Dr. Deanna Snitzer. Kevin Russell of Arvada heard about Pinhole on the radio and scheduled a free consultation.
Yeah, but I've heard of Supermoto. I just never delved into it.
For his receding guts, and I wanted no part of that. With the pinhole procedure.
Okay, it looks like you know how those cars in race and they go sliding around and shit?
Oh, what do they call those?
I dreamed I'd heard someone snore.
What do they call that?
I think they call it drifting.
The racing? No. What is that called? And they kind of look like a dune buggy.
Yeah, they're a dirt bike with 17-inch wheels and sticky sports tires.
But is it? But again, do they run on asphalt? Because you would.
Yeah, they are. That's what they do.
We try to increase productivity by putting energy drink in our water cooler.
Slow down, friend. A better idea is CPW deployed new devices powered by 8th generation Intel Core V Pro processors.
Again, why can't you talk faster?
For productivity solutions, you need Intel and IT orchestration by CPW. Find out more at cpw.com/be great, make the shift.
On Memorial Day, we honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Our commitment to military personnel is bigger than just one day. We were founded by 2 GIs, and today we're proud to employ over 20,000 veterans. That's why we honor the sacrifices military families have made, and why we've committed to saving military families nearly $3 billion over the past 3 years.
Are you planning on doing it?
We honor every single one. Those thanks you for your service to the home and
I couldn't figure out why anybody would put slick tires and bigger tires on a fucking enduro.
Right. God, I wonder if that's.
Do you see this headline by Fortune?
Yeah, but that's, I've seen many articles like this.
It's April.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but I've seen many articles on that.
Oh.
That they, not just from them, I mean, that say they're underreporting it. I've never heard anybody outside of China saying that they're not underreporting.
Democrats.
They
disagree, yes. Democratic lawmakers say that he's just using that as an excuse.
Man, they're really in the dark then. How could any Democrat person in the U.S. think that China is not reporting it accurately?
They do. They do, because then it makes Trump look bad.
I know, but look at every other country that looks bad.
Okay, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, according to an article in Fortune, China
intentionally underreported total corona cases and deaths. And it was according to U.S. intelligence. Republican lawmakers say if they were more forthcoming, we would have had a better chance. And, of course, Democratic lawmakers disagree that it had anything to do with our response and that Trump dropped the ball. So basically, again, it doesn't matter what the truth is. It doesn't matter what will protect us. It doesn't matter what's best for the economy and best for all of us. What matters is politics. I'm telling you, the virus has been politicized. In fact, in many cases, you have some lawmakers almost giving it intent, as if it's going after people of color. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing. Every single tragedy, every single catastrophe, every single event is always politicized, so we don't get the truth. You get people on one end telling you one side, you get people on another end telling you another side, and you never know what the truth is because they're trying to push their agenda, and that ought to piss you off no matter who you are. Joe Chiano. He does something called Become the Banker. Quickly, I want to ask something. Okay, so people overfund their life insurance. We were talking about annuities now, investing in bonds and in life insurance policies, or in life insurance. So how does life insurance make money? How do these premiums get invested? Because with Become the Banker, you pay a small premium, but you overfund it and you grow tax-free growth that guarantees 4%. How? Are those premiums invested by the insurance companies?
Tom, is the same way that they invest with an annuity. They invest 70% of their assets are invested in investment-grade bonds. 30% is either commercial real estate or plain cash. So what happens is that life insurance companies are making more than the 4% that they're guaranteeing.
Of course they are.
They're making probably around maybe 8 to 10%, but their investments are very, very conservative, and this is what people really like in today's economic downturn. They want to have safety, and whether you choose the right annuity, a fixed equity indexed annuity, or a Become the Banker life insurance policy, their money is guaranteed. This is the words that I love. Guaranteed to be safe. Just like the other gentleman that you had on the air just a few moments ago, Tom, he said that the worst thing that could happen with an annuity is that you would get a 0% return. I mean, so zero becomes like a hero.
Yeah, well, it does when you have a big downturn. That's for sure.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Absolutely.
You know, like I know a lot of people, they look at investments differently. Let's just say you have a $500,000 nest egg. Now, I know that's high for some, low for others, but let's just say that. If you look at the 500 and how much more than 500 you have at the end, when you're done investing, that's really what counts. It doesn't matter what it's done in any one year, up or down. What matters is how much more do you have? And that's where a lot of day traders don't really consider that. They just look at their activities and their big little wins. Anyway, we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Stick around, and we'll talk about anything you want.
Do you suffer from joint pain? Downtown's Healthcare is here to serve you. We are a corona-free zone, and we're taking all precautions to keep it that way. We're staying open to unburden the emergency rooms and urgent care facilities, so call 303-292-9992 for an appointment.
Hi, it's Lynn Michelle, the Sisters for Brothers. Are you frittering away your weekends with odd jobs?
Isn't that funny? Hospitals are laying people off around the country. Isn't that funny?
It is weird.
And they thought they were going to be overrun.
Oh, I don't think it's weird that they're laying people off, because they basically said even if they don't have COVID patients, that they are, you know, all...
And also, there's no elective surgeries.
Right, they say no elective surgeries at all.
Yeah, that's a huge...
Right.
You know...
That's where they make their money also.
They make a lot of money on it.
Find out what you should do now. Listen to the 1031 Show, Saturday afternoon at 2 on K-House, or visit impact1031.com.
Portions of the following program will be recorded.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, Denver. An iHeartRadio station.
ABC News, I'm Ariel Reshek. There are a growing number of cases of a severe inflammatory condition in children that doctors say may be linked to coronavirus. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says 157 children in his state have the syndrome. He says because of that, he's not ready to make a decision on reopening schools for the fall term.
This is one of those situations where the more they look, I believe the more they're going to find. So when we're talking about schools, again, the facts have changed.
Another wave of jobless claims last week as the country gradually reopens business. 2.4 million Americans filed for unemployment, bringing the total to nearly 40 million in the 9 weeks of the outbreak. As part of the coronavirus release at federal prison, President Donald Trump's longtime personal attorney and fixer Michael Cohen was released today to serve the remainder of his sentence at home. Pleading guilty to numerous charges, including campaign finance fraud and lying to Congress. This is ABC News. Much of what you're reading on social media about coronavirus restrictions is not coming from actual humans.
What might be catching your eye about coronavirus and stay-at-home orders as you scroll through your Twitter feed? Researchers at Carnegie Mellon University said could be generated by bots. They're convincing the accounts are meant to look legitimate, but the researchers said they often push a political agenda or conspiracy theory. Of the top 50 influential retweeters, 82% are bots.
I don't have Twitter or Facebook.
I don't have Twitter.
I don't even have a Facebook page.
I got a page. I don't do anything on it. Yeah. I tell you, people say that. Hey, why don't you have that? You know, people. Seriously, when people are walking on their phones and stuff,
it's all Facebook
or Twitter.
I get a lot of calls on my AARP from people who they're so stupid. They think that if they give $300, they're going to get a $30,000 grant. And you think it's just, and the more money they give, the bigger the grant.
So here I got a question. What age are they?
They're all ages.
But what would they think they got to do to get this grant? Or they just think a grant's going to be free money?
Send them money.
Just free money.
Right.
Without doing anything. Right. That's not what a grant is, though. Normally it's something you
I know that.
got to do.
And you know that.
There's an old saying.
There's no free lunch.
A fool and his money.
A free party. Exactly.
You know what else sounds wrong? When you hear about the interest they're earning on your savings from the largest...
And what drives me crazy is half of these things that these people call about is after the fact. There's nothing you can do. They've sent gift cards or they sent wire transfers. The money's gone.
Yeah.
You're never getting it back.
I know. You would think that might have been the first couple years, but everybody talks about it. You can't even go on. They must not look at any media. Of course, most people don't do any research on anything. Seriously, all they watch is Netflix.
And I tell them, there's no legitimate company that wants you to pay in gift cards. I mean,
Lori Loughlin is going to prison.
Yep. To plead guilty. Well, she is going to prison. I heard they plead guilty. Her and her husband. Are they both going?
To prison?
It said, let me see. Hold on. It said, hold on. Stephanie sent it to me. It says she gets 2 months, he gets 5 months.
I'll bet it's going to be deferred.
Is that after?
Because they're not going to put them in prison now, because then they'd be released because of the COVID.
They're putting people in prison and stuff who got arrested for COVID things, though. And, I tell you what. God, Democrats are dumb. You know, for even this year, did the guy who originally did it, did he get sent to prison? And who testified everybody?
Never. No. He was total immunity.
It's always, the first one that gives everybody up.
And really, what I think why they do that, this is the FBI. I think the FBI is a joke today. I really do. It is.
Under the agreement, they will serve prison terms. It doesn't say how many here, but
we need to bring back Herbert Hoover.
He was a joke too, though. But I mean, so the reason they did this, I'll bet, to say, look at how we got all these famous people.
Yep.
And look at what we did for this.
It's all PR.
I agree. That's exactly what the FBI is.
Yep.
PR.
At 65, with your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
Sweet and salty from Nature Valley.
This one guy comes on here. I get an email from him like every other day. So here it says, if I hear that fucking Mark Major on it, I'm going to switch this.
Who said that?
This one guy always does it. So I said, bye-bye. Every other day I get one. Every other day.
And he'll still be listening.
Right, I'm sure he is. I just said bye-bye.
Well, he can't complain about Mark. He does listen to the show.
Yeah.
These guys can do it, and they're going to do it at a very good price. Write this number down. They have great discounts for senior citizens and military, even single-income family discounts. 720-434-3406. Plumbers that care. 720-434-3406.
Planned Parenthood got $80 million.
Yep. I thought they were going to try to get some of that back.
Well, no, that's a Democrat-Republican thing.
Okay.
Visit the iHeartRadio Small Business Crisis Resource. There you'll find small business resources to help you get through this, including the latest info on loans, grants, and other forms of relief. You'll also see stories about small businesses.
Michigan AG tells Trump to wear a mask.
Let's get through this together. Visit iHeart.com. We're back. /small business.
He urged President Trump to wear a mask because it's the law in their state.
Step up and explain, tell the truth.
Is that
he
Michigan?
has a legal responsibility.
Is he in Michigan?
Yeah. He's going there.
Oh, he is? Then he should wear a mask.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Complaints this hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com, and I urge you to do what it takes to basically, let's do what it takes to rid ourselves of pains and aches and get off of painkillers if you can. CBD is a good product. It's natural, and it doesn't. It's not habit forming, and it doesn't make you high. It does fight anxiety. It's RealCBDThatWorks.com. 25% off. Put Tom in the promo code. It's Panacea Life Sciences. RealCBDThatWorks.com. So we were talking about investments. We were talking about a number of other things. And you can get calls in if you want. Yesterday our lines were slammed. And the entire show, and if you couldn't get through, now's a good time to do it. Tiger King, by the way, our number is 303-713-TALK. So this attorney that represented the former husband, the missing husband, of Carol Baskins, now says that this note, this will, that left everything, all his money, to Baskin is a forgery. He said he believed it was traced. And he's talking about Don Lewis, the missing former husband. And basically, Nancy Grace has been going crazy on this, saying that she obviously offed her husband. Well, not her necessarily, but people believe she offed her husband, and that the signature was not accurate. It was traced. And everyone that saw this Tiger King, it's funny, she was supposed to be the good guy, and she's turning out to be a villain too. Did you see Tiger King, Mark, the whole thing? Did you see it? And do you believe that...
I saw probably the first 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Up to where he was in jail, so I'm not sure how far it is.
Well, I think that was the end,
It's the best train wreck to watch, though.
That was the end.
I gotta finish it up.
Now, do you think that she offed her husband?
Yes, I think she's a murderer, yes. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I mean, it's almost obvious, but why wasn't
I read something where she tossed him out of a Cessna or something.
But why? Well,
it's a great show.
Was she? I don't know. Whatever. He was a pilot. She wasn't. I don't know. But
I don't know.
She got. Well, there's never a. You never want. No.
I think he's.
You want to
guilty as
control
hell.
the body, don't you? If you're her, I mean, you don't want that body showing up. Don't you think she fed it to a tiger?
No, I think it makes more sense to toss someone out of a plane over the ocean. You'll never find them. They'll be gone quick. Here's what's crazy, though. I disagree with you on one big thing about it. I'm convinced he's guilty. He paid that guy to go kill her. You can't argue that. Whether the guy stole the money or was a moron or whatever, he still paid the guy to go kill her. You can't do that. That's illegal. You go to jail for stuff like that.
Well, no, I understand. I mean, I didn't get the clear impression that he did it. I thought they were lying about it because they don't like him. No, I got the impression he wasn't conspiring to kill her.
They had all the conversations recorded.
But if you listen to them, to me, it's not, of course, I didn't hear what the jury heard, but it just doesn't sound to me like he was out and out hiring them to kill her. I don't know. I remember thinking that when I was watching it. I can't recall why right now. But anyway, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have a number of issues that come up every day now with insurance, and we always talk about fighting for value. Now, we know that we have public adjusters when it comes to regular insurance for homeowners. I think it's about time, Mark, that public adjusters need to figure out a way to fight for people in car accidents for fair value.
There's no money in it.
Yeah, not enough money is what you mean. But
well, you can go to a company right now and pay them, what, $500 or $1,000, and they'll do a report, but, it's generally not worth the difference they're going to get for diminished value.
That's true. You're right. The money they're going after is so little that taking a commission on it isn't worth the time. Just like with a personal injury case. If you don't have thousands of dollars in personal injuries, an attorney won't take the case. Attorneys often will take, the standard right now is 33% or 33 1/3, whatever. So what they do is you get an award, and attorney's fees come off the top. Then you pay whatever reimbursable things you must pay, medical or whatever, and then you get the rest. And a lot of people are disappointed in that, but I say you would never get that without an attorney in most cases. Now, there are some attorneys, no names being mentioned, but some attorneys that insurance companies actually like. I heard the name of an attorney one time that you hear all the time, and I heard an insurance adjuster say, "We love him." And I said, "Why do you love him?" They said, "Because we know when he comes to us with a case, we're going to settle it cheap and fast because he works on volume." And I thought, Holy crap. That's a test.
And on the other hand, you have really aggressive ones, like the guy you went and met in his office to try to help those callers. I can't think of his name.
No,
I think you referred to him as a bag of bones or
he
a
was
corpse.
he was a walking corpse. What was his name? Moore. What was his first name?
The Bulldog.
Right? The Bulldog. He was the worst excuse for an attorney I have ever seen in my life. Is he still around? I mean, he was near dead when I saw him. At least he looked that way.
You said he smelled.
That like a funeral parlor, and it was like embalming fluid, and his skin was ashy and white, and his hair was okay, you ever see the living dead? You see the hair on those guys? That's what it looked like to me, and it was dyed red. The Walking Dead is what I meant. I said Living Dead. Walking Dead is what I meant. Anyway.
In all seriousness, man, I'm not kidding. I would put up any amount of money that when we've had 2 accidents, unfortunately, in the past 3 years, if I called one of these guys on, TV everywhere, I wouldn't have got nearly as much as John Fuller got us on both. I would stake my reputation on that.
He's amazing. Natalie, what's happening? What's going on?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It sounds like your husband has a problem now. What kind of medical treatment does he need?
My husband's miserable. So he was kind of diagnosed early part of the year. He had been having kind of hip issues, some pain, not so bad, but got it checked, MRI. He has torn labrum, some cartilage damage. Yes, you're going to need surgery. Cool. COVID pandemic happens, and I'm sorry, everything's put on hold.
Yeah. Is he in pain?
I get it to a point.
Is he in pain?
But he's miserable. He still goes to work every day because I was off for a month and a half on, furlough because of this. We've been playing this game. We're doing it. It's good. I get it. But this is affecting his life.
Is it VA? Is it VA that's putting it off?
No. So, we have TRICARE Prime. We have the best TRICARE. He's a disabled vet. So, we reach out. Everything's good. This happened. Nobody will give us a date, Tom. Nobody will give us a surgery date.
Because they don't, many times they don't know. You don't understand, Natalie. I mean, you probably do understand. This is a weird time. And many of these orthopedic clinics do not know when they're going to be operating.
Here's a kicker, Tom. My son-in-law broke his hand accidentally a week ago. He had surgery yesterday morning. So my husband, who's suffering, can't get a date because of this, whatever is causing, is this person blames this person. I've called, I've filed complaints. Channel 7 News told me and gave me a link to a complaint, to file a complaint. I've done this. I've gone in person to both facilities.
Okay, what about his primary care? He has a primary care doc, right?
Yep.
What does his primary care
to these people?
What does his primary care doc say about surgery?
UC Health, the head of somebody something with MCR, called Joe yesterday and said, I'm sorry, Joe, I don't have an answer for you. I don't know when we can schedule you. And this is all we keep hearing, Tom.
Yeah, but Natalie, why do you not believe them? They could be at someone else's mercy. Natalie, who's his primary care doc?
It's one of the primary cares through UC Health.
Now, when you go there, that primary care doc, what does that doc say about surgery?
So he's been passed on to the specialist, and now it's the specialist because the primary doctor, it's all UC Health organization. We've tried to go outside of UC Health and get a second opinion. We've had other places.
I don't think they're denying your husband needs surgery, but they're probably not sure how urgent it is or emergent. Maybe they don't feel it's an emergency.
We've explained to him his pain level is increased. Their response to us is, well, we're not giving him narcotics. And I said, well, we've never asked for narcotics. We're telling you this is getting bad now to where it's crippling him walking. It's crippling him to be able to go to work now.
What work does he do?
He's in construction. He's part owner of a construction company.
Okay, so have you guys, by the way, okay, now, you know, there's some assistance available outside of health, too, that you should look into. But let's talk about your husband's surgery. There's no way we can call and talk to them because of HIPAA, but
right.
Suzanne has a form we use where it allows us to talk to them, and I don't know if she still has access to it, Mark.
This is going back to that same COVID stuff, though. They don't want him in there.
Yeah, and it's not just him. They don't know.
It's just a policy. We've had this call so many times, but what do you say? I mean, do you want him to go in there and then he does get sick or he gets other people sick? That's what they're worried about.
It's not VA, though. We're not talking about VA. The other ones were VA. This is TRICARE insurance. And where would the surgery take place, Natalie?
That's all military stuff again.
So they're telling me MCR.
Where's that?
Break soon.
Is the only facility he can supposedly
Where is that? Where is that, MCR?
Medical Center of the Rockies. So whichever location, but they're only running at 50% capacity.
Well,
okay,
that's the problem.
Okay. I get it. So book me out 4 months.
Or at least get a date, and they will not even schedule you.
Nope.
You know, Deputy Doc, if we're not calling about a patient, but if we call them and say, we've been getting concerns that you're not scheduling, can we ask them that? We don't even have to mention.
They'll just say they don't know when they can open, based upon.
How do we know they'll say that?
That's what they're telling her.
Okay, listen. Hold on, Natalie. Hold on. Let's figure out if we can do something. Hang on.
Clear.
It's Ross Kaminsky. Hey, Tom. Mark has his Paragon first, but then 30 seconds after that, you have your ideal home loans.
Legendary Mike Rosen is in for me. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I'll talk with you Tuesday here on 630 KHOW.
NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt, covering the coronavirus pandemic with facts over fear in a time of crisis. Turn to those.
I'll be happy to call that surgery center.
I'm Lester Holt. Please take care of yourself and each other.
Hey Chelsea, this is Dan with the Tom Martino Show. Hey, do you guys do concrete walls or do you guys just do plaster?
Tom, I'll call the surgery center just to double check. But I'm sure that's what they're going to say. I'll ask them what they're doing about elective surgery.
Yeah.
He was going to hire somebody that was going to be. Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
Could you tell Doc that Dad is sending a public relations contact for use from UC Health? He found window damage.
She's getting one?
She has. He's already sent it to him.
Okay, good. She's sending you a PR person.
I got it.
He is going to get you every single nickel you deserve. I want you to write this number down. If you ever have any kind of storm,
I'll give her a call right now.
I don't care if it's a commercial business. There's a lot of money insurance companies leave on the table because they don't want to pay you what you deserve. Matt will fight his butt off, and guess what? It doesn't cost you a nickel. 719-726-0020. 719-726-0020. You can find
I'm going to call her right now.
services on referralist.com.
This is Dan Kaplis. Over the past 35 years, I've had the privilege.
All right, we got about 25 seconds to your ideal home loans loan.
Stated by a crash caused by a truck.
Hello.
Results that
Hello. No idea. Really?
What's going on?
Now that I think of it, you sound just like them. All three voices.
Ideal home loans for your next ideal home loan. And I mean it. And why is it ideal? First of all, you get an interest rate guarantee. So if interest rates go down over the next 2 years after closing, you get refinance free of charge. Also, they have the credit optimization, which is cool. That means they'll tweak your credit quickly, legally, and ethically to get you even better rates. And speaking of rates, they are direct mortgage lenders. And if you shop around, you'll usually find that they have lower costs and lower rates. Don't forget the custom term loan. Many people want a lower rate because they don't want to pay all of that interest, but they don't want to go back to 30 years either. and you can do both with Ideal. You can pick whatever term you want. And the pre-approval is like a cash deal. When you get approved by Ideal, it's only a few days to funding once you find a house that qualifies. So it's pretty cool. Your contract goes to the top. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. How much time?
When you're retired, need 2 minutes. Come in your mailbox every month for the rest of your life. Hi, I'm Ed Green, host of Your Money, Your Retirement. Linda Gardner and her team at Blue Heron Capital help people like you plan for retirement, looking for ways to put money in your mailbox. Schedule a visit with Linda and find out how. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
If you're in debt to the IRS, there's good news. Optima Tax Relief can help you resolve your tax debt right from the safety of your own home. Optima's award-winning team works with you online and over the phone, so you don't have to leave the comfort of your home to put your tax problems to rest. Trade with the Better Business Bureau and standing by, ready to help you today. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-960-1575. 800-960-1575.
Optima Tax Relief. For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Has this ever happened to you? I wasn't feeling great, so I searched my symptoms on Google, and now I'm being followed by really uncomfortable ads. I hate feeling like my personal information is being bought and sold. I got DuckDuckGo and saw a difference right away. With one download, you can search and browse privately, avoiding trackers, all for free. It's that simple. Take back your privacy online with DuckDuckGo.
That's it. And after 2
Privacy
o'clock.
simplified.
Thank you much.
This report is sponsored
Goodbye.
by Nature Valley Sweet and Salty Bar.
30 seconds, we are back.
Before 30 seconds.
Watch out for a gusty thunder shower this evening. The rain chance 20%, otherwise sunshine. I'm meteorologist Brooks Gardner of Fox 31 for weather.
Sweet and salty bars from Nature Valley are a perfect combination of sweet and salty. So take a moment for yourself out here. You deserve every last bite. Nature Valley Sweet and Salty Bars, now available in
10 seconds, we're back.
Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here. WinkandWink.com are bankruptcy attorneys. Now, we hope you don't need them, but so many people during this COVID crisis are not going to go back to normal. If you think you are facing a bankruptcy or going toward bankruptcy or may need at least to talk to someone, Wink and Wink can counsel you. You know, you may not need one. They can tell you, and they'll tell you the truth. They're not looking to hoard clients here. Give them a call. They can even help you plan or do settlements. 303-410-1720. 410-1720. WinkandWink.com. What's going on, Deputy?
Is Natalie still on the line?
Let's see. Let's see if Natalie's still on the line. Yes, she is.
Natalie, are you there?
Yeah, Natalie.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Hey, guys.
I'm going to give you, I spoke to Paula Freund, who is the media relations rep, I think, or patient. She said, number one, if we, just so you know, Tom, if we email her, she will get in touch with us and tell us exactly what the policy is. But you said if we have Natalie call her, she will speak directly to Natalie. So Natalie, give Daphne your number, and I'll call you and give you Paula's cell phone so you can call her directly. And then by tomorrow, I'll have the information on elective versus medically necessary surgeries that UC Health is doing.
But Natalie, this is good. This is cutting through the red tape and giving you someone to talk to, okay?
I appreciate you guys.
Okay, now listen, we're going to, so give your number off the air to Daphne. Deputy Doc, he's a real doctor, he'll be calling you, and then, and then giving you the number where you can call for UC Health behind the scenes. Just find out what the hell is going on. And then would you do us a favor and let us know? Can you call us back?
Of course I will.
All right, thanks.
I appreciate you taking your time today.
Sure. Hang on. Daphne, get her number for Deputy Doc, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, so that's good news when stuff like that happens.
Very, very accommodating.
And you know, Deputy Doc says very accommodating, so we'll figure out what's going on with this stuff. I mean, it's it's a weird time. I don't think a lot of these clinics and people know what they're doing. Just like restaurants don't know. People are not coming up with plans. So
what I want to know, by the way, for people, are you back to normal, or where are you right now? Are you back to work? I'd like to know. I mean, what are offices open, or are they still closed in general? Now, I know Denver is open, or what? I want to know what you are doing, not necessarily what the city is doing. I'm not asking for an official stance. But have you gone back to work? And if so, how have you been doing? I'd like to know how some of these businesses are doing. I know that the hair places and nails and all that, right? They're back. I don't know if nails are actually, but hair. Mark, you got a haircut, right? They just make you wait in the parking lot and then they text you. Is that how it works?
Yeah, and then my kid just got one. Miles got one a couple days ago. His went really quick at a Sports Clips in Castle Rock.
So what do you call, make an appointment, and then you show up and they...
No.
What?
Sports Clips, you have to use an app, and then how his went was a little different than mine. He got on the app, it said be there at 3 o'clock or whatever it was. He got there at 3, you poke your head in the door, and they say, okay, we got you, we'll come get you as soon as it's your turn.
And they come get you outside?
Yep, they come get you. You wait in your car. When he went, there was 6 people in there, 3 people getting a haircut, and then, no, actually 7, and then 1 at the front that was checking people in and out.
Okay. One thing that I find a little weird, and I'm wondering as far as opening up, is why restaurants have no idea how they're going to open. Not one that I talked to know anything yet. I mean, so apparently they have not been able to basically come up with something. I mean, no one knows.
Well, my understanding is they have to submit a plan, and then the plan is signed off. I'm not even sure who signs off on it, but they have to say, okay, we're going to do these tables outside. We're going to handle the restroom this way. We've got to do all this. My understanding is you submit a plan to the health department or whoever, and they either sign off on it or not. That's kind of my understanding.
Now, we know a lot of businesses are failing that won't come back. But what are the real reasons? What are the top? Before this pandemic, there was a 20 reason put together by an analyst of 101 startups by financial groups. In fact, one of them was called CB Insights, and they went through and analyzed why these companies failed. And interesting, it must have been done right before the pandemic, because there's nowhere on here is called pandemic. But we'll go over some of the reasons some of the startups fail. And we'll take your calls. 303-713-TALK. If you have a problem, a question, or complaint, we would love to hear from you. We also want to hear about your particular job and if you're back to work. 303-713-TALK. We have more coming right up.
Clear. You got your Become the Banker coming up about a minute. They also had you had Maha State coming up a minute, but you had to Become the Banker, but I know you had him on, so you don't want me to count it down?
I didn't Denver. No, I need to do it.
All right, so it'll be Become the Banker and Maha State. Become the Banker short, Maha State long.
Valley Sweet and Salty Bars.
As the lunch hour drive continues, got a crash on the eastbound side of C470 approaching Broadway. Cruiser on the scene. The right lane is blocked. Solid backups to loosen. Pack your patience on that stretch for certain.
Oh, Tom, also, while I was at work last night at my restaurant job, I had a listener to the show come in, and he recognized me.
Oh, really?
That role of
oh, yeah, he recognized me, and he was like, are you on, like, the Troubleshooter show with, like, Tom? And I was like, yeah, I'm on there.
Goodness.
And, yeah, because he came up there because I shouted out Ramen Star.
Yes, well, going to be a chance of afternoon thunderstorms today with a high near 75. Right now, a few clouds and 65 in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Sweet and salty.
All right, here we go. About 10 seconds. Become the Banker short. Mile High State Planning long.
So take a moment for yourself out here. You deserve every last bite. Nature Valley Sweet and Salty Bars. Now available in minis.
Become the Banker. You heard Joe Chiano on the show talking about Become the Banker, the investment strategy where you overfund a life insurance policy and the money grows for a guaranteed 4% plus a 1% dividend, which is being paid for 100 years. So you get 5% here, and no one has lost a dime. If you want to learn more about it, call 303-779-6600, 779-6600, or go online. Make an appointment for a webinar or a presentation at becomethebanker.org. You know, I would love to tell you about Blake Harris as well. MileHighEstatePlanning.com. You've heard him on the show almost, 3 or 4 times a week answering questions about wills or probate or trust.
Estate planning, medical directives, living wills, whatever you need, he is there. And everyone has learned a lesson, haven't we, during this pandemic, that anything can happen at any time. Don't be caught short. Get your will, your estate, whatever you have planned. Even if you don't have a load of money, you still have to protect what you have and your assets and make sure they're not squandered after you die. 720-924-6171. Across the Front Range or up and down, from Fort Collins down to Colorado Springs, what you need to do is call him. He'll make appointments, virtual appointments, for nights and weekends even. 720-924-6171, MileHighEstatePlanning.com.
It's time. All right, you're clear. Thank you. It's the Memorial Day Staycation Sale at Denver Premium Outlets. It's happening now. You stared at the backyard long enough. Now vacation at home in a brand new hot tub or swim spa from Aqua Spas. Huge discounts for the biggest sale of the year. This is a factory liquidation tent event going on now at Denver Premium Outlets. Guaranteed.
Hey Todd, this is Dan from the Tom Martino Show. Hey, do you know, we got this lady and stuff, and she had something to do on the wall. This lady, we got rock objects, has to go all the way up to the floor that we're trying to do, so we fill it in with concrete. Do you know walls good enough to see if go ahead?
Committed to service in times of
need. Actually,
insurance $10,000 to be also applying premium credits and are working with customers to maintain their insurance.
So the big rock pocket there is actually rewarding.
When it
comes to your mortgage, you know that lower interest rates will help you save money in the long run because of lowering the monthly payment immediately and help you build money faster. It's true, millions of homeowners can benefit now that the mortgage rates are at or near the lowest in American history. So why not take advantage of a free mortgage review from American Finance? You can learn about new loan options that can save you up to $1,000 a month, maybe more. And you don't have to reset your loan term, meaning you're not paying for years you don't need. Best of all, there are never any upfront fees and never any obligation of any kind. So you truly have nothing to lose and so much to gain by spending just 10 minutes on the phone with one of their mortgage consultants. They're even open nights and weekends to fit your schedule, so give them a call.
No, you piece of crap.
695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at American Finance.
No, I know how all that works. I just want an opinion to see if this thing looks like it. It's kind of bad. I mean, I've been in a lot of back-to-day walls and stuff. I've never had one.
Developing new treatment vaccines and
do you mind if I send you pictures of it? And you can just say, hey, this looks pretty funky.
Hundreds of clinical trials and ramping up production capabilities to ensure the
Okay, what's your email there, Todd?
science is how we get back to normal. /coronavirus.
Very good.
630
Yep.
an iHeart radio station.
Hey, thanks for taking care of that lady. Yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Okay, so let me go to plug in my headset here. Oh, man, I got to remember to do that. Okay, plug in. Yes, Taffy.
Update on the Airbnb. I just hit gold, and this public relations gentleman is emailing me back and forth. I sent him all the information. He said, we are looking into it, and we will be back in touch with you ASAP. So really good news.
That's great.
Update with that, Tom, update with that issue was a lot of people probably don't know what we're talking about.
Well, people are doing Airbnb, and they're booking, or they booked. And now they can't do the vacation because people aren't traveling, or the house is closed, or the city won't let them. And so they cancel. The owner gives their portion back, the money back. But the Airbnb was keeping a fee, and a big fee. I mean, it was ridiculous. So I think it's good news that we have someone we can talk to about it. I also want to mention about startups. We talked about why startups fail. All right? Before the pandemic. This is so obvious. You would wonder, why would someone start a company not knowing this? No market need. Well, I don't even understand that. Usually a startup is someone who says, hey, this is needed, or I can make money doing this, or whatever, and they do it, right? Or do they miscalculate the need? Here's another one, which is this is the second reason. They ran out of cash. Undercapitalized. So either no market need, that accounts for like 42% of retail startups, startups in general, failing. 29% fail because they ran out of cash. I'll go through some other reasons, but I want to talk to James Flouting over at Revitalized Health. We call them thehormonebros.com. I guess you could put in revitalized-health.com and get the same place, but I think the Hormone Bros works too. So anyway, they do BioT and other things. And I know that during this pandemic, people were confused. Was BioT essential? I got my BioT. James, BioT, hormone optimization. Were you guys still doing it?
Suzanne just got hers like 2 weeks ago. Tom.
Yeah. So, James, tell us about BioT. Were you doing BioT?
Yeah, hey, we've been open this whole time, normal business hours, and people had, asked that if it was essential. And so we were doing all our hormone optimization during this time, primarily for, just overall health, boosting your immunity, feeling better, energy levels, sleeping better, everything that just makes you healthier, especially during these times, if you were to be infected or come in contact, that your body would be in a better situation overall. So
now, what about cosmetic procedures that you guys do?
So yeah, cosmetic procedures, to be compliant during the pandemic time, we weren't doing that type of services, just to, like I said, be compliant, because that necessarily wasn't essential. However, we have slowly started to, open that back up as, businesses are starting to come into play. And, we practice all of the good procedures with, hand washing, sanitizer,
of course,
masks, everything when you come into our clinic. So,
well, you did that anyway as a medical clinic. But James, if you could tell us some of the services you provide. TheHormoneBros.com. Of course, you do hormone optimization, and what else?
Yeah, aside from hormone optimization, treating men and women, we do a lot of thyroid management. We do a lot of peptide therapies, which are injectables to help your body perform something better, muscle growth, skin health, brain health, etc. So that's been a really big addition to our practice, is the peptides. Outside of that, we do medical weight loss, and then the aesthetic side for the PDO, facial thread lifts, skin collagen repair, microneedling, PRP, knee injections, joint injections. So we do well-rounded services. And we're starting to get more into some primary care services as well, as far as managing diabetes and different things.
Sure. What were you going to ask?
I want to ask a question. Well, okay, straightforward question. Why does testosterone, why does it increase women's sex drive 100-fold? Why? I never would have known that in a million years. Why does testosterone have that effect on women? I get it with men.
Right. Well, because it's always looked at as a male hormone, but really, just like estrogen is for both, so is testosterone, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Both men and women are born with testosterone and estrogen, just like we have now. And so we both, as a male and a female, decline as we are in our production, as we age. And so it's essential. Testosterone is a natural sex hormone. It's a sex steroid, so it's going to improve sexual function in both males and females. We just don't really correlate that with females just because of the stigma of testosterone.
Right. Okay.
So absolutely important.
All right, that's really good to know. So the HormoneBros.com in business. You're back to doing cosmetic procedures as well. And the thread lift, by the way, is a remarkable thing. I've seen videos of it. Can you explain what a thread lift is very briefly? Because it's important. Go ahead.
Yeah, so briefly, thread lift, there's different types of threads, barbed threads or just smooth threads. But essentially, they're dissolvable threading that gets placed underneath the skin in the face, the neck, the abdominal area, to provide a lift and produce new collagen to firm and tighten the skin.
What I like about it, what I'm hearing is, you get an immediate results because this thread from the inside lifts areas of your face, and while it is lifted by this thread, which is dissolving, real collagen is filling in. So it's semi-permanent.
Absolutely, yeah. You're just, allowing your skin to repair and new healthy tissue that's going to fight the aging process.
Right.
I just want to throw in real quick, for the rest of the month, we'll offer 15% off any thread procedure.
And you can have a thread procedure done for just, really, depending on how many areas of your face, just a few $100s. It's an amazing process, and it works. And is there a lot of pain involved in that?
No, you have minimal discomfort. We have a topical numbing cream that we apply as well as local injectable numbing agents. So it's very well, it's tolerated very well.
And you can actually see the results while you're doing them. So if someone says, no, I don't want that much, how about just this much lift? I mean, you can actually accommodate that, right?
Yeah, we can adjust as needed, if you will, either by, increasing the lift, adding more threads in, and so we're highly trained and, assess the area being treated prior to and with the patient's desired outcomes. And so we'll assess that as needed.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's give out the information. It's thehormonebros.com or 720-361-2302. 720-361-2302. Thanks, James. Appreciate it. Karen, what's happening?
Well, my daughter Daphne, who you know so well.
I happen to know Daph. What about her? You're Daph's mom, Karen. Well, thank you. What's happening? What did you want to talk about?
Boy, I feel so bad
for her. I called Daphne for a recommendation for a carpet cleaner.
Yeah.
And they came yesterday, and so I sent her a text saying, oh, my word, they were so absolutely wonderful. And they weren't even here an hour and a half. They did 1, 2, 3 rooms and 3 sets of stairs plus an extra rug. And it was done so fast and was dry within 4 hours.
Good.
And he even did a room and a set of stairs and a rug for no charge.
And who was that? That was Carpet Doctor?
Carpet Doctor, yes.
I'm glad you liked him.
Wow.
That's good.
Hey, I got a question for her, though.
Yeah? Be nice. Be nice. Be nice.
Was Daphne a hellion as a child?
Yes, she was.
Mom, be nice.
She was.
I refuse to answer on the grounds that might incriminate her.
You know what? So listen, thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. There's something you don't know about Daphne's father either. He's an artist, the weirdest medium. What do you think he deals with in art? He makes
things.
You
mean for a living or what?
Well, he could actually, Daph. I don't know if he does for a living, but what I'm saying is he's quite famous for it. I mean, he makes some. This is not like kid stuff. This is some real stuff. Like it could be used
Play-Doh.
for cardboard. Cardboard. Oh my God! You would not believe some of the sculptures in cardboard. I mean it. I mean,
almost like does he turn it into like a paper mache kind of thing?
No. He cuts them and glues them. And what else, Dap? What else with the cardboard?
She's actually taking a caller right now.
Okay, you know what? I want them to send us. I know what we want, and ask her to. I want a couple photographs of his cardboards, his elaborate cardboard stuff. Some of it.
Oh, I can send you those.
Yeah, we want to just put one up on the online. Well, anyway, 303-713 talk. Yes, did you have something? We have to take a break.
I was going to say he's trained me also, so some of it's my work.
Okay, I want to see something really elaborate. We got more coming up.
Here, you got your Rocky Mountain Retro.
So he just stacks boxes on top of each other?
Yeah, watch.
As the lunch hour drive continues, got a crash on the eastbound side of C470 approaching Broadway.
It's a little square, but... And it's an actual carrot for a nose.
When is iHeart opening up?
What do you mean?
When's the building opening up?
Oh, she's... Oh, she was?
When do you think it'll open up? When do you think it'll open?
Dell has text.
Golly.
Whether it's working from home, streaming, or gaming.
Yeah. There's no humans there? I gotta stop by. Does anybody need anything? I gotta stop by there today.
You know, Rocky Mountain Retro Foam is offering energy home audits, and this is an incredible deal for just $175. That's after your rebate from Excel. Now, for $175, they do infrared imaging, hot and cold spots in your home. Also, a blower door test to trace leaks and drafts. You get a full DIY report, a do-it-yourself tip on what to do that'll start saving you money right away. But once you have this audit done, it then qualifies you for other rebates and tax credits if you do what you need. And if one of the things you need is the foamyourwalls.com, the Rocky Mountain Retro Foam, this incredible insulation, you'll get that even cheaper because of rebates. Check them out at foamyourwalls.com to see this insulation. But then you call them for the energy audit. Now, whether you need the insulation or not, the energy audit is worth it. $175. 720-676-6333. Isn't it time you do something about that? 720-676-6333. Yeah. Let's talk now about John Fuller, Fuller Law. If you are in an accident, it is very important that you contact John Fuller for free legal advice, for advice on your case. He'll help you analyze your case. He'll take a close look at your case. PersonalInjuryCO.com. CO stands for Colorado. PersonalInjuryCO.com is his website. He has a lot of information on there. But once you decide whether you need an attorney or not, if you want to hire John, he takes a percentage of what he collects for you, so there's never a cost to you. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. Sorry about that. Okay.
So Mark stepped away. Do you know anything at the? I gotta go there. I got a library book here. I gotta get it. Library. Okay. Well, all the stuff down in the office.
2020census.gov. Then listen to iHeartRadio's new podcast, Commencement. Speeches are out now on the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Dan Kaplis. You were probably raised by your folks the same way my mom and dad raised us. We were taught to fight the good fight, to stay
the good fight,
and to do well by doing good. For me, it's fighting against giant insurance companies on behalf of good people who've had their lives turned upside down by a very serious injury or the wrongful death of a loved one. My firm accepts righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. If I can be of service to you, please feel free to call me at 303-770-5551 or hit dankapleslaw.com.
It's getting harder to take care of Mom. I don't know where to turn. My son has high needs and we need more help. Where do I start?
Every day I'm there for him, but sometimes I need time for me. Caregiving can be tough. Find the support you need. Call 1-844-265-2372 or visit coloradocaregiving.org. Your care may be super, but you're only human. Sponsored by the Colorado Respite Coalition, the Colorado Broadcasters Association, and this station.
You hear a lot of celebrity endorsements in town telling you who you should call for your next home loan.
Doc.
First, you have to ask yourself, is that who they call when they decide to get a mortgage? When you hear an unanswered
Yeah, I got a library book there, and the library just opened up, and so they're going to probably start charging me for it. So think of something you've got it. I'm going right after the show. If you need anything there.
idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender regulated by NMLS 136756 for terms and conditions. Call 844-45-IDEAL.
At CDW, we get that an
So for you guys handling the last hour without me, I'm sure you can.
Wait a minute. When are you leaving?
1 o'clock.
Shit. What? Fuck, I ordered a pizza. God damn it. I'll save it. Huh? I forgot. I'll save it for you tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'll eat your share. No, I can only eat one piece.
Oh, come on. You gotta eat more than that. I ordered a damn fucking bacon. Hey, Doc, I didn't realize I was surprising you. Damn it. Okay, well, there'll be some.
Oh, I like cold pizza. That's what I had last week.
Or your ex's Instagram. But what
Hey, I cut my hair last night. Does it look like it's pretty bad? Does the back look straight or
No, it looks fine.
Does it? Did it go?
You do your own?
Well, I did it because it's such a pain in the butt going somewhere. You got to make an appointment. You just can't walk in, and it's at the.
Floyd's is the worst, man. Floyd's is the worst when it comes to that.
I just have I told you, I have my own hairdresser. She does great.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So I put a mirror down. I'm sure once I go there, they'll say, who the hell did your last haircut?
Peace to you from Peace Lutheran Church in Arvada this Sunday. Peace to you brings you encouragement and a fresh, uplifting start to your week.
Oh, send me those pictures if you get from Daphne on the cardboard. I'll put them up on the.
Here we are.
At 7:30 a.m.
Or maybe she'll send them to me. I'd like to see it.
Hear K-How while you're working from home.
Getting 630 K-How from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station.
This is a great way for me to get, instead of going to my son's house and the whole thing, social.
Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, we're going to have some weird cardboard art up. We're going to send it to Dan and have that put up there in a second here. Chris has an update. Oh, God, this car thing with Twan, Ride Auto. Why? First of all, Chris bought a car, couldn't get a title. Ride Auto Sales first told us, we can't get the title, we tried. And then said to Chris, you have to get a bonded title. Well, a bonded title is when a title's lost or misplaced or destroyed, and you need a new one, or you can't get one, so you got to bond it, saying that you promised the title will never show up with a lien on it or anything like that. Now, here's the problem with that. Chris should not have to do that. He just bought the car. It should be the dealer who does that. The dealer should be the one to do that, and then Twan should do it for him, being the owner of that dealership. Anyway, that's where we left it. Chris, what's going on now?
Well, we found out that that car was bought an auction in December of 19.
Yeah, we found that out, I believe. Yeah.
Mannheim auction in Aurora.
Yeah.
Is where it was purchased, and they said that that vehicle was sold with a bill of sale only, and the buyer knew that when they bought it.
So it never had a title from the auction?
That's what the auction said.
But I thought that you're not allowed to sell a car without a title.
That's what I thought, and then so we asked a couple of friends helping me research some of this stuff, and talked to an investigator at the Colorado Department of Revenue Auto Industry.
Yeah.
And they said they do that, I guess, at some of the auctions. They can sell, and it has to be put on there that they know they're selling as a bill of sale only.
All right. So did you tell Twan you know this?
I can't get a hold of him. He won't answer my call.
Who's talked to Twan? Was it Mark that talked to him?
I talked to Twan, but normally you have to leave a message for him.
Well, listen, Chris, this is an unfortunate thing, and here's why. You like the car, and you like the price you paid. So you can go ahead and do a bonded title, okay? And you shouldn't have to, but you can. Because the only other thing you can do to force Twan's hand is to force him to give you a refund. But you don't want to bring the car back, do you?
No, I mean, I don't. Well, I don't. And I also found out that the template that they put on it was actually registered for a 2007 Audi.
So he used a fake template. You should turn him into the state immediately. I would go to the dealer licensing board immediately and turn him in.
I did. I actually contacted them. They sent me a link to fill out a complaint, and they're going to do an investigation on him.
Good.
So,
because this guy's a clown.
Yeah.
We need to get in. You know what? I do want to do a sleaze on him, too. Doggone it. We got to go back over the past few weeks, and we've been letting up on the sleaze brigade for the reports. We need to get these updated. This guy's a real clown.
He's also a barber, correct, Chris?
Wow, did you get a haircut along with the car? Anyway, we're out of time for this hour. We got another hour to go. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. We'll be back right after the news. And listen, we want to hear from you. How are you doing? Do you have problems, questions, complaints? Do you need our help? Hang on, and we'll talk to you in just a few minutes. 303-713-TALK.
This is Mike Rosen.
Clear.
Doc. Hey, Doc. Is this dog a female? Is his dog a female?
Spread across thousands of square feet.
Okay. I was going to say, my son's dog is like 3 years old now. He's a male. I would have bred it. I mean, they look the same. They got the same mask.
Choices and accessories.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's a new
Max's global price guarantee ensures you'll never pay too much.
We'll save you pizza, Doc.
Yep. Okay.
Or at your door with an unrivaled and safe purchasing experience.
Boy, it sucks, man.
Is it that long? It takes that long?
You can't get it.
Oh, okay.
It sucks. You can't get in there.
At I-70 and I-25, or in Loveland at the
I tell you, everything is just services.
information.
And they got to do it. They got to do
Most
it.
importantly, advanced sleeping design. Please call 1-800-INOMAX for directions.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, Denver. An iHeartRadio station.
ABC News, I'm Ariel Retchef. While coronavirus cases around the country are beginning to level off, there are some groups in which the number of infections are rising. ABC's Steve Osatami is at the CDC headquarters in Atlanta, where health officials are tracking the impacts on minority and lower-income communities.
There are more new outbreaks in nursing homes, prisons, and the Navajo Nation, which now beats even New York State for the highest infection rate in the country. In New York City, fewer people are needing to be hospitalized. Just 295 people had to be hospitalized Tuesday. But New York's governor points out that in poor and brown and black communities, there are many new cases.
Oh, you know, this is kind of funny in New York. Cuomo, you know, told people to, if they could send them to nursing homes if they had COVID and stuff, and they could separate them. So a lot of nursing homes had it. Cuomo was blaming that on Trump because they didn't have enough hospital spaces. There's so much finger pointing in all this. It's, Hey, I was going to ask you something. Oh, so I'm going to the office there. Do you want anything there?
No.
I have my library book. I've had it there since we left. And library. I know. I was going to say a Detective Bookman will be on me.
Stay-at-home orders issued over the pandemic were unconstitutional, so they can now reopen. Governor Mike DeWine says the gyms would have been able
I hope not. It's not stolen.
Let me guess, it was traffic of cancer.
What was the coach's name? God damn it. No, that's what he said. 'Cause I just remember his teeth. They were like little baked beans.
From nurses to truck drivers, doctors to grocery clerks, the front lines in today's crisis are filled with brave actions every day. And you can do your part by completing the 2020 census. This simple effort online, by phone, or by mail will help impact the next 10 years of healthcare, schools, and roads. All of our first responders.
Kind of weird day on the market. You watch?
Where's it at?
Well, it's kind of funny. The Dow and the Nasdaq are both down. The Russell's up.
CDW, we get that an unsecured laptop can put your company's data at risk, making you a little paranoid. I'm not paranoid. You're paranoid.
I think JetBlue is doing well. It was doing well. Yeah, JetBlue's up 26 cents, $9.45. Just to let you know, I bought my son first time. His grandma gave him $500. So I bought JetBlue 65 shares at so it's been up almost. It's coming up on $2.
Very cool. We're out of here right after the show.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, we're heading up to Granby, and then we'll do the show live from the campground tomorrow.
Okay. When do you get up there?
It's probably, man, I bet it'll take me every bit of 4 hours to get up to Granby.
So you're going to try the internet right away? You want to check on anything or?
I won't be able to do the internet till tomorrow morning because tonight we're just spending the night in a Safeway or King Soopers parking lot.
Really?
Yeah.
You can do that, huh?
I called up and talked to the store manager.
Oh, okay.
I said, look here, lady.
I'm going to buy some steaks.
I said, you better have steaks.
No, I heard that's Granby Lake, right? So you'll overlook Granby Lake?
It is. No. Honestly, I don't know. I've never been there. It's a brand new place called River Run.
Sponsored by the
It's huge.
There's a few spots to watch out for when you drive across.
It's huge.
Tell him to tell Nap I'm sending it outbound right now. I just got it.
Okay. Tell Dap to send in. I'm not. Okay. Did she send a cardboard yet?
Just watch out for that if you're coming out of the airport. Just got word that wreck on 107th and Lafayette near
Did she send you the cardboard artwork?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Got a lot of people asking. No, not really.
Oh, did you get pictures of the artwork?
No, I'm waiting.
Yeah, me too. Baby's breath. I need more material. I'm sure there'll be regular Rembrandt.
Well, he sells it, right, Tom?
Yeah.
He sells it.
That's it. I'm dying to see one, man. I can go to a box store and buy boxes fairly inexpensive.
Can you imagine how much cardboard is out there since Amazon? I mean,
I know. The box business had to go fucking apeshit.
man.
They probably own their own music.
Yeah.
Troubleshooter. Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Now 25% off the CBD products made right in Golden and or processed in Golden. And Panacea Life Sciences, the best dosing and most honest company. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Tom and the promo code get you 25% off. So let's talk to Adam, and Adam wants to talk about landscaping. And are you the one that had the problem with Rainmaker, Adam? Or no? What is it?
He wants to get plugged to him.
Oh, he wants to plug them. He likes them. Oh, okay. Adam, so we had one guy that called in complaining about Rainmaker, but the more we looked into it, we found, what did we find, Dan? Do you remember? What was the story on that previous caller?
Well, remember they had sent the emails. He had sent the emails about all that went wrong, and they did nothing wrong. And then he had turned them over to the cops. saying that they stole the $3,500.
Oh, he was a nut.
And then he tried to implicate her daughter because she
picked up the check and became a real jerk about it, didn't he? And they were willing to do anything to correct whatever he wanted.
Well, they just started. They just wanted to make sure the check cleared before they started.
Because his bank held it, and he denied that, but it did. Okay, so anyway, here's the deal. Adam has just the opposite, right? Or not?
I've known John and Amanda for a long time. They're the owners of Rainmaker Landscape. As much as I want to call and plug their business, which I'll do all day, every day. They're great people. I'm really hoping to plug a humanitarian effort that they're in the middle of right now.
Good. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, they are currently in the process of gathering supplies to run down to the Navajo Nation. I saw just on hold. I heard one of your commercials are talking about how they've been hit incredibly hard by COVID-19.
Where is Navajo Nation that they're going to?
I believe it's down near Four Corners.
It's in. I thought it was in Arizona, but it could be.
Right, but I think some of it comes up into, and I know they got a history in the Arizona area too. They have some family down there, and I know it's the Navajo Nation sits real close in John.
You're right. It is on the Four Corners, but it excludes Colorado, and it goes a little into Utah, mostly Arizona, and a little into New Mexico. So,
yes, and what they're in the middle of doing right now is they're gathering supplies, cleaning supplies, paper towels, flour. I mean, for making fry bread, From what I've read on Rainmaker Landscape's website, there's like 13 grocery stores in the entire 27,000 square mile reservation, and that's kind of led to the spread. Is that all these people are confined in a small place, even though it's a large area. And they're trying to get some supplies put together and go down there and make a difference.
So who's doing this? Who's doing this?
Rainmaker Landscape, John and Amanda.
And how can we help them if we wanted to help them?
I'm looking at their Facebook page right now. I'm sure you can contact them through that. I know I just saw a post that John put up that he was looking for somebody to help possibly haul a fifth wheel trailer down. They're taking all their landscaping trailers that they use for hauling landscape materials, and they're going to load them up with supplies and haul them down. I guess there's some supplies that are on site that they're going to help transport to where they need to be. It's set up to be done in a safe manner where you don't have to get out of your vehicle. They just pull them in. Guys come out and unload the trucks for them. I don't know if I assume they're looking for more supplies, possibly some more people to help them drive supplies down or transport supplies in the area. I know we probably don't have that much of a reach down to that area, but if anyone can get creative with ways to help these people, it's pretty tragic to hear the numbers that are being infected down there. I know they were on your show a few weeks ago, and I thought that it would be a pretty interesting follow-up to show what they're doing. And like I was saying to the call screener, this isn't the first time they've done something like this. I know they spent weeks down in Houston during the floods.
So how do people get involved? Where do they go to get involved? Is there a website?
I wish I had an exact website I could send you to. I know, I'm looking here. Really, the Rainmaker Landscape Facebook page has a post that has, it looks like there's some information there. They're doing a fund. There's an email. Here we go. Any questions can be directed to rainmakerfundraising@gmail.com.
Okay, Rainmaker fundraising@gmail.com.
Yes. Sorry, I should have been a little more informed.
No, that's okay. Rainmaker fundraising@gmail. That's an email address. Good. Thank you. If people want to get involved in helping the Navajo Nation, Rainmaker Landscaping is kind of spearheading this to bring supplies down to the nation, and They need someone to pull a fifth wheel and also some other help. If you want to get involved, just email your information, your contact information to rainmakerfundraising@gmail.com, and they'll get back to you. Thanks a lot. We appreciate that. Appreciate that, Adam. Kathleen, you are concerned about the flea market. First of all, is this Mile High Flea Market you're talking about?
Yes, it is.
It's a giant flea market. Did it reopen?
Yes.
When did it reopen?
The 17th of May.
What jurisdiction is that in?
It's in Adams County, unincorporated.
And so they reopened, and what's your concern? Your concern?
They're not doing any of the social distancing. They're not enforcing the mask rule. They're not doing anything. They're violating all of the policies that Governor Polis put in.
Are there a ton of people there?
Oh, my God, yes. There was about 11 to 12,000 people there over the weekend.
Okay, and you mean, hold on. You mean to tell me that they're all walking around, but now listen, I don't want to be police or rats or anything, but again, I do care, though, if people are being foolish, but isn't that up to the people visiting? In other words, when you go there and you see this happening, you leave. So the ones there are there voluntarily, but are the ones there enforcing it for themselves? In other words, because there would be nothing.
They're not, and neither are the workers, the vendors, or anybody.
It's just like you're saying. It's just like normal.
Yep.
Totally.
Yep, it's just like normal. I mean, the restrooms were gross. They don't do any kind of disinfecting or anything there, and not until after it closes.
It was probably always that way, though.
Yeah, that's normal, but still, I mean, now with this order...
Yeah. I've never been there. Tom, you ever been out to a flea market?
I have never been there, but I hear it's a hoot.
Really?
It's a lot of fun. Never. No, never. Not this one. I've been to a flea market.
What do they do there at the flea market?
Well, they sell, there are independent people that sell a bunch of stuff. Some of it new, some of it used. Much of it is sourced who knows where, and then they sell them in bulk or they sell it's just weird. It's just a bunch of people selling wares, right?
Mark thought they sold fleas there.
Now, there are people that specialize in flea market. That's what they do. That's their market. But here's what they say. Listen to this, okay? I just went on their website, Kathleen, and it says all buyers and sellers, all people must maintain a social distance of 6 feet. And everyone is required to wear a mask while at the market. Did you know that?
Yeah, it says so on their website, but nobody does it. Not even the vendors.
You have to wash your hands. You have to use a tissue or inside of your elbow when you cough or sneeze. You have to wash your hands. You have to follow all posted signage around the market. All vendors and vendors and vendor employees must maintain a social. They're just saying buyers and sellers, you all have to do what's safe with protective gear. So you're saying they're not. It says everyone is required, or you can't get into the market.
But they're not enforcing it.
They say we will be monitoring it.
Not even the managers will enforce it.
And they say the rides will not be there. No live entertainment. They will be selling food. And, okay, well, I don't know what to say. I'd like to hear from other people that have been there, but thank you. Lori's got a comment on that. Go ahead, Lori. What do you have to say? Lori?
Hey, Tom, if this thinks the flea market is dangerous, don't go to the daggone flea market. Unless she wants to have a narc squad, then maybe she can call.
I know. That's exactly what I was thinking I'd hear. So it's like...
Yeah, but if it says... But wait a minute. In her defense, it says on their own website that we're enforcing all this, so she goes out there and no one's enforcing it. That is crazy. They shouldn't have that on the website.
So, Lori, do you understand that part? She's upset she goes out there and what they promise is not being done. What do you think about that?
Well, then maybe she should call the governor. The governor set up across guidelines. It's not the law. It's not a policy. These are guidelines. then maybe she should report him to the health department. People have to make a living, just like the restaurant in Castle Rock. Big sign on the door that when they opened on Mother's Day, if you don't think it's safe, don't come in. I'm so sick and tired of hearing this. People, this should have been a much more balanced approach. I get it. It's a real thing. If you're at risk, stay home. If you're not at risk, go to work. If you think somewhere's dangerous, don't go there. It's called freedom of choice, free market. This is still America, the last checked. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Lori. Wow, we have more coming right up.
Here, you got your QC Manufacturing and Rocky Mountain Retro Foam. About 15 seconds. You good?
630 KHAL.
All right.
Then you can hear news and talk that impacts your life.
What do you love giving up your freedoms?
Yeah.
Are you a narc? QC Colorado. Let me explain what that is, man. I have a quiet, cool, whole house fan from QCColorado.com, and I am saving a ton of money on my air conditioning. I love this thing. You'll love yours. You know, it took less than an hour, no, a little more than an hour, I'm sorry, to install, but they didn't have to cut into any walls. They just do the ceiling on the top floor and then a remote control, and you're in business. It's quiet, it's cool, it is a wonderful thing to have. I think I'm saving like 90% on air conditioning because I hardly ever use it. You'll have fresh, cool air, it's eco-friendly and quiet and cool, as they say. Why don't you give them a call, 720-398-4510, QCColorado.com. Save money, have your air conditioner works less, and have cool, comfortable nights of sleep. 720-398-4510, QCColorado.com. Next thing I want to talk about is that, you know, Rocky Mountain Retro Foam is a way of insulating your home, okay? And it's one of the most efficient insulations on the market. It's an injection foam. But this company is all for energy efficiency. So even before you commit to the foam, you may never commit to the foam, they'll do a home energy audit for just $175. That's after an Excel rebate. And you know what? An energy efficient home will pay off no matter what. So when you have this rebate for $175, it'll show you with infrared imaging and a blower door test air leakage and drafts, hot and cold spots, and then you decide what to do to mitigate it. Once you have this audit done, which is, by the way, sponsored by the utility companies, it will then, listen to this, it will then qualify you for rebates and tax credits for mitigation. So if one of the mitigating things is foaming your walls, you'll get that even cheaper. Foamyourwalls.com to find out about the energy audit. Foamyourwalls.com, 720-676-6333.
All right, you good? And now I'm in a football bubble. All I see online are articles and ads about football. I hate feeling manipulated.
I don't want to waste it.
Oh, no, it won't go to waste.
Take back your privacy online.
Nothing. Nothing you want to know.
Still waiting for the cardboard art. We got more. You're terrible, Mark. But you're funny.
Because he controls the entire process and owns his own money. I think Tom should buy some for the house there.
Why what?
It would actually jam up
That cardboard art. Buy something for the house.
Spruce up the place?
Yeah. Mark, you are so funny. Oh.
It's not meant for the house. It's for plays and stuff.
It's for outside in the rain.
What changes you need to make? Do you have a hairball or multiple software systems? We could streamline your work. All you need is NetSuite by Oracle, the world's #1 cloud business system. Finance, HR,
Drew it on with a magic marker. Look, it's art in the box. Charge him for it, though. You're just bad, Mark.
This report is sponsored by Woodley's Fine Furniture.
Mark.
For a custom thunder shower this evening, the chance 20%, otherwise sunshine. I'm meteorologist Brooks Carter, Fox 31, going weather.
Woodley's Furniture and Design Furniture, specializing in custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. Proud to sell American-made products.
Okay, she said she sent it to me.
You will not find better built furniture in Colorado than at Wood.
Yeah.
And second,
10 seconds.
Number one for podcasting. 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
I thought does Denver have an ordinance? You know, we should have been really more up on this, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if it's an actual law or not, but...
It's not a law, but they will fine you, and they are like...
well, then what is it?
Fines.
That's not a law. That you can't enforce something that's not a law. A recommendation from our goof troop governor does not mean that I'm going to do it. Anything he says is...
It says, okay, I'm looking this up. It says face masks are now required. It says the city has... let's see, I'm looking, but it never actually...
They probably voted, put an ordinance in, and now they can fine you in Denver. I believe that's correct. Whether it's constitutional, I'm not even bringing up, but I think they have done
when
it.
somebody fights it with the Constitution, who's going to win?
Okay, no, here's what it is. It's not an ordinance or a law. It is a public health order.
Oh, okay. That's how they can fine you for not following the order?
That's right. It's a public health order so far in Denver. I don't know about Colorado. I just know that I just saw that.
But hold on. The flea market's completely different because that's a business. Walmart can require an employee. iHeart can require an employee if they want to work to wear a mask. It's completely different.
Now, Jim, you personally, you don't like wearing a mask, right?
No.
And does it bother you if other people wear a mask?
No, go for it. If you feel like it makes you safer, go for it. But don't tell me
There's some
I
people
have to
that
do it.
should definitely
I carry
wear a
a gun
mask.
because it makes me feel safe. And people tell me that I shouldn't do that because it's not right. I don't go around telling other people what to do. Don't tell me what to do. Those are my rights. They end where yours begin.
But what do you think about these public health bodies right now? These, orders, public health orders. That's what they're doing it behind orders.
That are decreeing these. Because right now it kind of feels like we're under a king authority. These public health officials, are they elected? Because I didn't vote for them.
Now, here, Jim, thank you. Daphne, please tell Margie and Frank and Scott. We will get to them right after this quick break. We got more coming up.
You're clear? Got Simply Floors short and Mile High State long in about a minute.
Talk station with Tom
Still no art.
Dan Kaplan.
Have you seen the art? Huh? Did she send the email? She said
I need to listen to it. I'm sorry, I need to hear it.
Now, impact traffic. This report is
I haven't got it yet.
Lays fine furniture.
She said she was going to send it to me.
Also out of the way, so the highway drive around the metro area looking much better than it did just 30 minutes ago. We are seeing some slowing on westbound 270 though through Commerce City with a report of a grass fire there. And westbound I-70 very heavy from the Central City Parkway just before Idaho Springs all the way to Dumont, and then it loosens up after that.
Oh wow, look at this guy said after 6 weeks in the hospital, this guy's had cold. Here he was here after 6 weeks with cold.
Overnight tonight. It's
Look at
72
how much weight he lost.
With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Jenny.
I don't know if I believe that.
How?
All right, Tom, 15 seconds. Simply Floors short, Mile High State long.
Stem upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. Proud to sell American-made products, Colorado-made even better. You will not find better built furniture in Colorado than at Woodley's.
First, I want to say that Simply Floors Inc. carries all the major floor coverings, the waterproof carpeting, the laminates, the hardwoods, the LVT, and they do it at a big discount because they take their buying power from this buying group they belong to and they pass savings on to consumers, plus hire the best installers in the business. So check them out, simplyfloorsinc.com, for the best of everything, including discounts up to 40%. Buddy and Karen Mitchell are simply in it to win it, as they say, for less profit and better for you. That's simplyfloorsinc.com. Now, something that's really important for you to know is that Blake Harris is open and handling estates, estate planning, wills, prenups, postnups, powers of attorney, and any kind of document you need for your estate. Medical directives, what they call living wills, powers of attorney, as I said. What about you want to leave your home and that's all you have? You can do beneficiaries deeds. What about payable on death certificates for bank accounts? You see, so many times people try to do it themselves. They do these quitclaim deeds and things, which ends up costing loads of money to the estate or unneeded taxes paid. If you want to do it the smart way, hire an attorney. Flat rate pricing. He'll let you know exactly what it will cost. Blake Harris, attorney at law, free consultations. You can even text them at this number, and then everything can be done virtually. 720-924-6171. 720-924-6171, milehighestatePlanning.com.
Although Corona, sir, you are clear. To be different than most, Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance is holding to its promise and
Well, send it to me here, see if I got it.
times of need. Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance donated $100,000.
Why does she not know my house, know my damn name?
Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance is also
doesn't what?
premium credit
Doesn't know my name?
vehicles they insure and helping their customers maintain
Well,
their
like I said, send it. She said I'm sending it to you.
CFBinsurance.com. Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance Company. Real service, real people.
If there's one thing that the class of 2020 has learned, it's to expect the unexpected. So to help you on your journey, iHeartRadio is launching Commencement, a new podcast featuring speeches from the biggest names. Commencement
It's not made for housing.
There it is.
which gives you the opportunity to help shape the future of our country for the
Like,
next 10 years.
they do it for like
Visit 2020census.com.
stage props.
Commencement.
Mark, you are so
Wherever you get your podcasts.
Look at what he sent me.
What?
Mark is so sorry. Oh,
Let me see.
he likes poking the bear.
Where do you find it?
He made it. He goes, it is better than what I thought. Okay. Oh, Mark. God dang it. Oh, you're such an ass. I got it down. Look on Facebook.
It can be a little bit at a time, but it can quietly build up. And the high interest rates tied to some of the credit cards and personal loans can cost you a lot of money. But it doesn't
I know it.
Hey guys, you must be listening, and if you're a homeowner, you can be
I don't know why I'm laughing. It's so stupid.
and a much lower rate, creating up to maybe $1,000 a month and more. It just takes a few minutes to call American Finance to get started. We'll work with a dedicated mortgage consultant so we will customize a loan program to achieve your financial goals.
Oh, shit.
No upfront or hidden fees, and you don't
I got tears. I got tears in my eyes.
thousands of dollars in long-term interest savings. We might even be able to postpone 2 mortgage payments. So call 303-695-7000.
Yes, he did.
303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 18234 regulated by Division Real Estate.
These days, being a small business means navigating uncertainty in a constantly changing situation. So if you're looking for one trusted source that will keep you informed daily, visit the iHeartRadio Small Business Crisis Resource. There you'll find small business resources to help you get through this, including the latest info on loans, grants, and other forms of relief. You'll also see stories about small businesses making a difference.
Don't put that up. No, that's a fucking insult. Don't do it. I just said her parents do cardboard art and we show that. That's an inside joke I don't want to do on the air.
You may not know what to do about your
I mean, I don't care if you do it to her, but don't do it on the air.
Right. Okay.
All right, we're back on in about 30 seconds.
That's funny.
303-424-9441. Advanced Budgeting at yahoo.com. Stay safe at home during the COVID-19 pandemic. Social connection is important to our individual and collective well-being. Check in with your friends and family virtually. Learn more.
You're so immature, Mark.
This is Dave Logan. The law offices of Dave Campbell's, a serious law firm for serious cases. Denver's Talk Station.
Online at KHOW.
You're back, guys.
303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Compass Insurance Group, by the way, free insurance checkups at compassinsurancegroup.com, and I urge you to go there. And one of the carriers you'll find that they have one of like 20-something carriers is Auto Owners Insurance, and Auto Owners do, by the way,
home as well as auto. That's called Auto Owners. And Auto Owners only uses independent agents and brokers like Compass because they want you to have someone live and local like the InsuranceHelpCenter.com, 303-996-9000. 996-9000 for all your insurance needs, including Auto Owners if you want it, and also free insurance checkups. Now listen, we've been talking about masks and Mile High Flea Market and all of that. And a lot of people have some strong opinions here. And most of them calling us are saying, listen, don't rat me out. Don't make me wear a face mask. I'll wear it if I want. If I go to a place and they're not wearing face masks, then I won't go in if it makes me upset. But I don't like this Nazi mentality. The guy alluded to Nazis by saying the brown shirts. Frank, you have a comment on this entire discussion because in one of the discussions a guy called and he says, we all have viruses in our bodies and, probably more people are infected than we even know, and it's been exaggerated. What do you think, Frank?
I think that it's everybody has a common cold is a COVID virus. It's a type of COVID virus, but obviously it's different than the one that is the current pandemic, and that's the problem. And so it's not accurate or even of relevance to say that everybody has a COVID virus.
It was 1,200 of them. It was absurd.
But we all have germs and bacteria and viruses in us. Is the point he was making? Is that not everybody infected? They eventually we eventually get an immunity, but it's also true that we sometimes get sick and die as well. But I know the point he was trying to make is that as a society,
I get the point.
Yeah,
I get the point.
As a civilization,
MRSA in their body too, but it doesn't become an issue until the MRSA is uncontrolled, and you can't, and then you die from it. I mean, just like
staph infection on you, right? That's right. That's it's the. Look, there are always going to be things that will kill us and hurt us and make us sick, and things that won't, and things that make us sick at first, and then we get some kind of herd immunity. I don't like that term, but you know what I mean. And then what I'd like to know, though, is where do some of these viruses go? What makes them burn out when they do? I don't know. I don't know that. But, Scott, you want to talk about a car report, a Carfax. Go ahead.
Yeah, Tom, thank you for taking my call. I was wondering if you or some of your automotive guys, Kevin or Al maybe, can help me out with the situation. I have a 99 Chevy Tahoe currently down at JFR being sold on consignment with them. And if you pull up a Carfax on this vehicle, I'm the only owner of it that's ever been. And if you pull up a Carfax on it, it shows damage on it from last year. And what that damage was a rusted front bumper on the thing. And I had a shop look into giving me an estimate and everything on the bumper, and they were just too expensive. And I decided to go just a different direction. And I have a feeling they put it in because they.
That's why I always, you better ask if it's important to you. If they report to Carfax. Carfax is not official. Carfax, it's not required that they report. And the thing about Carfax is it's mostly right, but it does get it wrong. Mark had some damage, and it said heavy damage, and it wasn't. And I remember...
Technically, it ended up being that way, man, and I made it a lot worse going through there.
No, tell me what you mean.
It was a crazy story.
Tell me.
Well, okay. So I didn't realize the sheriff's department... Suzanne was in an accident, and the sheriff wrote up the report. Well, in that report, there was a lot of damage. That's what the report said. That is what Carfax picked up on. It had nothing to do with the body shop or anywhere else. So that's where it was. So I wrote to them. I went through their dispute policy, and I wrote to them saying, hey, look, all this was fixed. Here's the body shop that did it. Here's everything. Here's where the story gets good. So I send them everything from the body shop showing what was done. They read through it, got back to me and said, thanks for sending that. We also noted that you have frame damage on that car too, because that's what was in the body shop.
So it backfired.
So I made the report worse.
But there's nothing you can do to get it off of there, is there?
No. Well, Only if it's completely untrue. How does it exactly read on there, Scott? What does it say?
They don't go into details. Rod
what does
over there
it say?
at JFR pulled up Carfax, and all it says is one word: damage.
Well, there you go. There is damage. How do you dispute that there's not damage?
Well, it wasn't a collision, is what he's saying, and people think it is. So would Carfax add information to it, like, bumper replaced? I don't know.
Yeah, but no matter what. Okay, so what was it? Wait a minute, Scott. You said it was rust, right?
Yes.
So you're going to call up and tell them now, hey, you need to report this correctly, it's rust. That's going to look even worse on that.
Well, it's a long story, but that bumper got dented in the early 2000s with a utility truck back into me.
But it was damaged then. See, I understand what you're saying, Scott, but technically it is correct.
Well, but
they got you by the balls, man. I'm telling you.
You see, Scott, here's why you have no control over it, okay? Because it's a private entity reporting what they want. You would have to literally sue for negligence or false reporting that cost you damages, and you're not going to find it. You're not going to have ever a case big enough to do it.
This is what we talk about all the time with diminished value. The only reason there's such thing as diminished value is because of Carfax and stuff like that. If you didn't know the history of a car and it was fixed properly and you had it checked out, there wouldn't be diminished value.
I get it. Hold on a sec. Chris, you have a comment on face masks. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I just wanted to basically, I can't believe how some people are just ignorant about what the face mask is for. The face mask, wearing a face mask is not for your protection.
It's for others.
If you're not,
yeah, people that don't wear them are selfish.
It's for others' protection. Is that what you're saying, Chris?
Yes, I'm saying anybody who's asymptomatic doesn't know they're sick, and if they walk around with no mask on, and even if a person next to them has a mask on, there's a 70% chance the person with the mask on is going to get sick because that other person that's asymptomatic is not wearing a mask.
I get it.
I don't know about his percentage, but I agree.
No, you're right, Chris. It is for those who may be not have symptoms, let's put it that, asymptomatic, and what it does is prevents you from spreading it, or at least slows it down. And you're right, it's for others, not for you, and that's why it could be considered selfish if you don't have one. I'd love to know what people think. I have to take this quick break. We also have an issue with, or a discussion about Compass, I think. Is this Compass Insurance? And more coming up.
Clear. Pass the routers first, then you got 30 seconds to auto drain it.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Murdoch's Ranch and Home Supply.
For me, the mask doesn't bother me at all. Just wearing it just there. But, shoot, it's my fault. I mean, it doesn't bother you, right? I mean, you go into a store and stuff, no big deal.
No, but I don't rat people out, though.
No. You're just asking for a fight.
From the Central City Parkway just before Idaho Springs, all the way to Dumont, and then
it's kind of like people who drive in the fast lane on the freeway. And don't let people who are speeding pass them, right?
I know the cops.
With your impact traffic and weather,
I call
I'm
cops.
Jenny, 630 KNOW.
They do that to you?
You can save time by shopping for lawn and garden supplies.
We're just asking them,
Murdochs.com, and pick up your order at your favorite Murdoch store. Check it out.
Thanks, Tom.
At Murdochs.com.
This one's even better picture than normal.
I do live commercials. I do what's called bullet points. I don't just read off of a script. Here's what I want to tell you about Master Router. Listen to these bullet points. 24/7 emergency service. Sewer replacement for as low as $74.95. A lot of companies charge up to $18,000. You own their own equipment. It's how they get that pricing down. Listen to this one. Free estimates. How about this one? No trip charge in the Denver metro area. How about 10% off discounts for military and senior citizens? How about discounts for single income?
Thank goodness everything's been solid, huh?
I don't know, that was just a freaky thing. I have no idea.
At some point,
Write this number down. 720-430.
And even this morning, there must have been a glitch or something because the phone on the internet, maybe not power, I don't know, but
something maybe happened yesterday.
30 seconds till autobranded.
Introducing the medicine assistant tool or MAC, brought to you by American Biopharmaceutical Company.
geez, what way do you go? How far do you go up on the?
And medicine costs. In 3 quick steps, learn
Okay.
how to help clear some
I don't know. I don't know what way you
Are
go.
you leaving today, Mark, or tomorrow?
Right after the show.
Are you going to be on tomorrow?
Yeah.
Art of Granite is the place to go for kitchen countertops. And you can find them online at theartofgranite.com. Remember, wholesale on all materials. Tear out and haul away's free. The bathroom's free when you have the kitchen done. Fabrication and installation takes just a couple of weeks from the time you pick your material. Call for a price on the phone. 303-386-5919. Serving the Front Range and mountain communities. 303-386-5919.
Do you suffer?
All right, you're clear.
Downtown's Healthcare is here to serve you. We are a corona-free zone and we're taking all precautions to keep it that way.
Hey, you can drive by the cabin and pick up some firewood. I don't even know. I like I said, if there's back ways or whatever, but you don't want to go a back way.
This Sunday, Peace to You brings you encouragement and a fresh, uplifting start to your week. Peace to You.
I've never been up there either. I'd like to go. I mean, I've heard good things about Granby Lake there.
If you're a man under 30 and feeling sluggish, weakened your workouts, have a lower libido, and just don't have the energy you used to have, it's
You can go fishing?
that you have low testosterone. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And if this is you, it's time to get treated for your low T. Low T treatments give you many benefits. They might even contribute to a healthier lifestyle. If you're like most men, you'll have more energy, better gains in your workouts, higher sex drive, improved sleep patterns, and more. Plus, the treatments are highly effective for most men, and it's likely you'll see results in just a few weeks. And most of our patients can administer their testosterone therapy at home. As a therapeutic practice, the Rocky
whale's a bit.
Mountain Clinic is open. Our offices are not located in hospitals, and you can take it to a treatment room immediately. So come to the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and experience how testosterone
A whale is a big fish.
your initial appointment is only $99 and results in minutes. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call today at 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. Endorsing Ideal Home Loans for a reason.
At that time, I was a marine biologist. No, he wanted to be an architect. He says, I didn't even know there was a job like that.
Hi, this is Joe Fargo, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. We can help guide you to those right decisions now when they matter most. Rates are near historic
He goes, why do I want to settle for an architect when I could be a city planner?
Visit us at rocketmortgage.com to start your refinance. You'll be well on your way to saving money every month. The rate today on our 30-year fixed rate
No, you got to be a professional engineer.
APR 3.59%.
No. In that, the expertise.
Financial steps forward with a cash out refinance from Rocket Mortgage, which could give you the boost that you're looking for. In addition, we make it
Exactly.
to refinance with little or no out-of-pocket
Right.
costs. At Rocket Mortgage, we're committed to every client, every time, no exceptions, no excuses, giving you the best mortgage experience.
I could wet stamp it, but it'd just be that wet.
To learn more.
Probably not.
We expect a lot from our homes, but more than a place to hang your hat.
And I think you got to take tests like every couple of years. So.
Yeah. And that's why at Home Advisor, we're committed to keeping your home up and
Mark, you hear this ad?
Repair an overloaded appliance, or you're looking to create a backyard retreat worthy of a summer staycation. Use the Home
So far, every day this week.
And we'll find a local pro to get the job done right. Whatever you need, we...
Yeah, I didn't hear you. Who was?
Download the Home Advisor.
What do you say?
Home Advisor.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino.
I ask everybody I call on that, and I've never heard any good thing yet on Home Advisor. Not one thing.
On Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Let's talk to Frank Duran, the real estate man. I like to check in with him on the real estate market. So many people have questions. Now, are things better or worse? Is the market the same? How is it standing today, Frank?
Tom, I'll tell you what, the other night I was up till past 11 p.m. negotiating contracts. We had over 20 on another one. We're definitely seeing a strong surge, and it's been benefiting the sellers. There's no question about it. There's not a lot of inventory, and the interest rates are low, so we're seeing a pretty good opportunity for sellers right now.
And prices are holding.
Prices have been pretty darn strong, Tom. The one we just put under contract, this is, we had over 20 offers, and we sold it, $30,000 over the asking, but the winning bidder agreed to cover $10,000 if it does not appraise. So it's a very aggressive group of buyers, I think, in certain areas.
Wow, that's incredible. So what are you telling people that want to list? What are you doing? Are you listing them just like always?
Absolutely. Well, with some exceptions. We want to follow, obviously, the protocol with COVID, of course. But at the same time, I break it down for them where we think the market is right now. And ultimately, it's just what's in their best interest. That's always what I tell sellers. I did, I think, 5 appointments here in the last day here. Always the same thing. Just make sure it's your best interest, your timing. Some people decided to kind of hold on for a bit. Others are saying, let's get it on the market and go for it.
Well, what would you recommend?
I think it just depends on the situation, Tom. I mean, some people, like one gentleman, he's trying to get out of state. He wants to move by a certain time. And I told him, look, right now what we're seeing in front of us is a very strong market for sellers. So I gave him the numbers, and he made a decision to go ahead and just go for it sooner than later.
What do you think? What do you think the average time on market right now is, or what are you seeing?
I'm going to say it's right. It's got to be right around 30. I don't have an exact number, but I'm thinking right around 27 to 30 days. It cannot be that long, Tom, because we're moving these so quickly. And the 2 I just put under contract. Look, we went on the market Thursday night strategically, started taking showings Friday. My gosh, by Sunday we shut it off. We had so many offers, it was just time to make a decision.
Okay, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Thank you, Frank. You can reach him. He doesn't hold you to a long-term contract. You just ask, you give him a day if you're listing. And if you're looking to buy, he has a team for that as well. 303-920-1622. Now, Chris, what's on your mind today? I think we have time for more calls if you want to get a couple in. 303-713-TALK. Chris, what's going on?
Yeah, hi, Tom.
Hi.
So I contacted Brian at Compass Compass
Insurance.
Insurance.
Yeah.
And he provided me with asked me for what I was currently paying with Allstate. I gave him a breakdown on that. He came back with a bunch of stuff that saved me some money, but also added a lot of coverages.
Really?
That I didn't have before.
Excellent.
Yeah,
so it turned out to pay. How much did you save a year, did you figure?
Probably about $1,500.
Holy crap. Plus, what did you get in addition? You got some new coverage.
Yeah, so I got some increases on coverages that, there was hardly any money there for them before, and now there's a lot more. I got a whole spreadsheet from him, and I want to go through it with him because I'm not sure I need all that stuff. So my question is, could I save even more money?
Yes, you can. Yes, of course. They make recommendations based on what they think you need. You're the only one who knows what you need. Give me an example of something you may have a question about.
Well, let's see. Something was personal injury.
Yep. Do you have an umbrella?
Yes, I think so.
Is that new with Compass, or did you have one before?
I think I had one. Well, I may not have had one before. Honestly, I'm not sure.
How much? Let me ask you, Chris. How much do you make a year?
Jointly, my wife and I make about 180.
Okay, and what kind of assets do you have, all told, when you subtract liabilities?
Assets like house, cars, and all that?
Yeah, and then subtract your debt. What do you end up with?
Roughly. Annually?
Yeah, no, just your net worth. All of your assets minus all of your debt.
Oh, geez.
Okay, here's the deal. We can talk to you. Talk to Compass. You may not need the insurance. I could do an analysis with you. I would let you know. By the way, Compass Insurance Group, also a carrier, again, of auto owners. They're not the only one, but they're a great line. More coming up.
Follow Tom.
You're clear. I mean, we're done.
At Real Tom Martino.
And stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW.
Hey.
And on the iHeartRadio app.
Hey, I got it. I'll put it up tomorrow. It actually is pretty cool.
Where is it?
The cardboard. I got it on my phone. I gotta send it. Okay,
See ya.
Bye. Don't want to be ya.
Is up and working, but now you can get your furnace and AC system completely checked and tuned out for just $79 before the rush.